rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by the sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage of man's Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing of man's Australia
Gentlemen, and a big thank you to our game sponsor today, NNP Security. Our live stream sponsor, of course, the Queensland Outdoor Adventure Expo. And a big thank you to our many sponsors.
Nah, she's going to hospital or something with Auntie Debbie. Nah, she's going to go to hospital or something with Auntie Debbie for something, yeah. So. Well, welcome out to the Clive Berghofer Rec Centre once again. The final edition of the Home and Away series we see in this QSL season for 2023. And we have got an absolutely monstrous matchup here in the women's game, where we see a top of the table clash. Both teams sitting at 12 starts for 10 wins and 2 losses. Today's matchup will go a long way to see who has that home court advantage, not only through the semi-final but through the whole final series. So much to play for both teams. I know the Mountaineers have had their eyes on the prize of being able to secure a home semi-final for this season. Coach Cox has been building towards this, and currently destiny is in their own hands. So they will be looking to get over the top of a Wizards team who has had an outstanding season themselves, being able to put away more teams than not, and they make the trek up here with one mission as well, to go home and then put themselves in the position to be able to be number one on the ladder, and that all-important home court advantage for the Mountaineers. We've got a interesting addition to the lineup. We had Coach Matt Cox on a couple of weeks ago, where we've seen a very formidable player in Mia Stour from past seasons over there in street clothes, but she's been upgraded today, which is very, very interesting addition from Coach Cox to the squad. She's been dominant previously on the offensive scoring and rebound, and we see her suit up in the number 16, and the crowd was absolutely crazy when she was announced there in the pre-game announcements from superstar, legend and announcer Peter Rukas back on the mics after a couple of weeks away. So last time they met, Mountaineers were able to secure a 3-point win down at the house of Northside Wizards, so they'll be looking to return the favour. I think they may be without a little bit of personnel today, so last night they got over the top of Southwest Pirates to level up their ledger, the same as the Mountaineers. That's one thing for sure. We are in for an absolute barn burner out here today. Both teams looking to secure number one position, and I think if the Mountaineers do get over the top, that will give them the split on Wizards. So regardless of what happens next week with both teams, Mountaineers would be able to drop next week's game and retain the advantage over the Wizards. So hugely advantageous for them to get up, take numbers out of play on the table as they'll settle into finals. So Wizards do get first possession. The Mountaineers, so we see lock up man to man. It's a explosive move there from Wizards. The 10 in Callista Nui. No good there though. So Matt Cox, he has been a bit disappointed with the way the Mountaineers have been able to start in previous weeks. It's taken some time to settle into their offense and get the flow of the game happening. So I think he'd be really looking to try and get into that early, get into that the groove, get their offense happening. And Frances Donders has been a massive part of that this year. She's done absolutely everything in every category of every statistic that you could possibly want her to put up. She couldn't have been more impressive. This Wizards get the opening bucket. Hayley Cotter slashing through the keyway. So plenty of movement happening there for the Wizards in their offensive sets early on. It's Mountaineers. Hayes looks to control this set. Donders finds herself down in the post. Swings through, nice. Twydale, top of the key, 3. No good. Cotter secures the board for Wizards. They look to attack. Off the left, just bobbles that one out again. Callista Nui. So Mountaineers still looking for their first bucket of the night. Donders steps back of rim, kicks out. Donders goes again. Drive cutting. Lunas now stays with it. Under the bucket, gets the second chance opportunity there. It's Kirsten Lunas. Looks to, great little find on the back cut. Hayes stayed with the play though. She got beat early on, but stayed with it, didn't give up the easy bucket. So great little effort play there from Hayes. Wizards, baseline ball. Sanu got herself. Shows Melksham a few tricks, but Melksham again stays on the play after being beat that half step. Mountaineers go into their transition now. Just a force pass there into Lunas, deflected away. Bit of frustration from Donders. She wants a bit more movement happening on that offensive end. And the defensive end, she gets her hands on the ball. Takes that one away from Wizards. Again, calling for some movement to happen. She wants Melksham going through the base. She does swing through. Oh, very timid, Melksham, on that occasion. She had an absolute blistering start to the year. She slowed in the previous weeks. Last week we saw a more improved intensity on the offensive end, but just a bit gun shy early on. It's Wizards attack. Through Jessie Cook. She draws the foul. She'll shoot 2. Early personnel changes, and we'll see. Lady we mentioned in the pre-game, Mia Stour checks in for her first minutes. She'll relieve Kirsten Lunas, and also new addition from this year, Jaylee Hippolyte, who has been an added presence on the offensive end for the Mountaineers. Cook makes the first. Good on the second. Bit of up the court pressure now from the Wizards. Back court pressure coming for the Mountaineers, and Hippolyte picks up a dribble early, but is able to hit the pressure release valve as Hayes in transition. She loves that short corner 3. She gets that one to go, so that'll be a confidence builder for Brittany Hayes. Hippolyte defending the on ball. Cook looking to be aggressive. Gets a hand on the ball though. Hippolyte, so great defensive play. Hayes pushing. Finds Stour under the bucket. She's worried out of it. Melksham stays with the play. So some good second chance opportunities coming for the Mountaineers. They've been able to probably have a couple more offensive boards than the Wizards would be comfortable with as Cook fires from deep. That one's good too. So both teams being able to capitalise from beyond the arc early on. We've got 7 apiece. It's Twydale. Wizards look to get into their set, handoff high. Just blown by. Guard Cara Dineen. Again, it's up the court pressure, just proving a little bit painful for the Mountaineers to get up. They eventually get settled into their half court, but they have used a bit of time off the clock. Hippolyte attacks, a running hook, tough little look there. So I think Wizards would be happy to be giving up options like that on their defensive sets. Step through from New. She finds Shaylee Wilkes. She'll get her first bucket of the night. Little mid-range jumper from Wilkes. Gives Wizards a 4-point lead. It's a bit stagnant on the offensive end for the Mountaineers. Again, we've seen this in previous weeks where the ball will move around the perimeter, but there's nothing too damaging happening. That shot from Stour missed everything but the backboard, but that doesn't constitute the reset. So Wizards able to come up with a stop on the defensive play. Just a little stagnant it is for the Mountaineers on the offensive end. Plenty of perimeter movement, but no real attack into the heart of that Wizards defense. As Emma Reid gets her first chance on the court. Little high on-ball play. This little ball fake on the attacking penetration, but Mountaineers come up with the rebound. Hippolyte looks to push in transition, looks to attack the rim. Wanted the call, didn't get it. Last touch by Mountaineers. So a bit of frustration there for Hippolyte. So Laura Conway, that defensive spark we've seen so often, she's injected into the game and a bit of full court pressure of their own. So fighting fire with fire, Mountaineers. But from deep, Wizards ping away. Long rebound off these hard USQ rims. Uni SQ. Nice little move inside. Haley Cotter. Little step back off the 1 foot. Created a bit of space. And it's a nice bucket. She was able to slot in for the Wizards. Hippolyte again looks to attack. So little one out. Mia Stour. Single figures again for the shot clock as Hippolyte runs a little floater. Front of the rim, Cotter. Defensive rebound into transition now for the Wizards. Deneen, she looks to go right to the rim. Kicks out from deep. Emma Reid comes up short. Deneen. She's attacking hard on the offensive end. That time we see her move her feet well, got in great position. Hippolyte runs right over the top. She commits the offensive foul. So a 6-point lead to the Wizards. They lead 13, plays 7. And they've looked the more comfortable out of the two teams out there in these early stages. So we've got it all to play for both teams. Looking to secure a top spot on the table. There's Reid. Short on that one. Melksham. We've got a 2-on-1 here, Mountaineers. She'll go straight at the bucket, but Cotter used her body well, stayed in position. Conway commits a foul in the backcourt for the Wizards. So it's a third team foul for the Mountaineers. We've got 2:23 to play in the first quarter. So Laura, she's just been able to give that token pressure up the court, gets the ball out of the hands of the Wizards guards. So they look to get into their offense. The players looking for that low block position. There's Reid comes off. There's plenty of screens, there's plenty of bodies in action inside that keyway, and Janeen's long on that shot. Come down, got it away just in the nick of time. Stour gets the defensive rebound. Chance for the Mountaineers. So Coach Cox, he'd like to see a little more happening on the offensive end, I believe. He finds Stour in the block. Conway. Got a bit of space. Called for the block, Deneen. She looked to defend that pretty much as good as she could, but Conway took the contact, got the space, got the shot up, and it went down. So she'll get a bonus. Extra shot coming for Laura Conway. She's short on that one. Mia Stour attacks the offensive glass. It's the Wizards. That's that one deflected by Conway, so that burst of energy that she provides on the defensive end. Wizards will have 12 to shoot this half-court possession. They get the comfortable inbound. Emma Reid, she kicks it round to her partner in crime. Shaylee Wilkes attacks the bucket. Mountaineers, Hippolyte. Conway, fleet-footed, been aggressive on that attack to the rim. She'll draw the foul once again. So Laura Conway's provided a spark. We see that on the defensive end oh so often. She's been able to bring that to the offensive end. Get herself to the line a couple of times. Laura Conway, she's been very good early on for the Mountaineers. One from two for Conway. One minute to play here in the first quarter. Wizards with a 5-point lead. Reid looks to extend that and does so. And a multiple of 3. So she was able to be left wide open. We've seen that early on in this quarter. Earlier on, she wasn't able to hit the buckets, but did on that occasion. She comes up with the defensive rebound. Couple of possessions left. Wizards steps through. Wilkes. Stour touches that one last. It'll stay with the Wizards. They bring in Jessie Cook for the last possession of the game, so they've obviously got a set play in mind. So Wilkes finds a way inside the keyway. She's fouled. She'll shoot 2. So relentless pressure coming from the Wizards on the offensive end. Wilkes gets first to go. Mountaineers, so they attack. Ash Lynch, as we've seen her do throughout this season. Hits the 3, 6-point margin. We've got the visiting Northside Wizards 19 play the home team Toowoomba Mountaineers 13. And an exciting quarter, another slow start for the Mountaineers though. They haven't been able to really capitalise on the offensive end. It has been a little stagnant. The ball movement around the top of the perimeter has been happening, but they would definitely like to see a bit more attack, I think, getting into the keyway. Being able to get a bit more happening. The likes of Kirsten Lunas, they've got Mia Stour back for today's event, so having her in there and utilising her athletic ability, we see her well performed, and for any netball fans out there, no doubt would know the name Mia Stour through the Queensland Firebirds in this series.
Toowoomba Mountaineers creating the positive choices through basketball.
Their National League competition, but today's game out here at the Clive Berghofer Recreation Centre is brought to another wonderful sponsor, and we see that in every game this week we are brought to from Queensland Outdoor Adventure Expo. So thanks to the team out there at Queensland Outdoor Adventure Expo on their commitment and their support, especially for this live stream series, and what we have been able to brought you these wonderful pictures through the team at Zach and Digital Dynamics. They do an outstanding job on the cameras, and it's a service which is really second to none. So you see the stats from that first quarter for both teams, pretty well rounded. Nobody's really stood out above the pack in terms of scoring. Everyone who's hit the court has been a contributor. The rebound count fairly level, as we see Sauer. She likes to go through, but she's fouled by Wilkes. Now, the lane opens wide open. Stour just attacks for an easy bucket. Close the margin to 4. See Hallie Shipton into the game. There as Conway closes out. Short shot attempt, no good there from Cook. Stour grabs the rebound to push the ball in transition. Dribble handoff. Shipton and Lynch working there. Skip past to Lynch. Stour spins away in. Couldn't get the soft touch there to finish the little floater. Melksham on the defensive end, gets a hand in the lane, she'll attack. She's got Reed coming across, gives her a bump, so she'll shoot 2. Great play from Charlotte Melksham. Big local crowd that's come out here this Sunday afternoon. Glorious day outside, and it's going to be what is a glorious day inside, and plenty of people have made the trek out here to the Uni SQ Stadium to support their home team in the venture for a top of the table finish, which would give us another bite at the cherry, another chance to see the girls out here on court in a finals series, as Melksham makes the first go. It's good on the second. Charlotte Melksham, her first points of the night from the line. Bit more pressure now, so the youthful guards, the exuberance they show. Shipton this time, some pressure on the backcourt of the Wizards. They get a good bit of ball movement, kicked out, finds the open 3. Again, new from the top, side of rim, and Stour comes up with the rebound. 2-point game, Mountaineers. They look to level it up through this position. They got Shipton working off and on ball with Melksham. Steps, pick and pop. Bank shot from front on Charlotte Melksham. It's not pretty, but I think they'll take it. Don't know if that's how she scripted that shot to look, but they don't draw pictures over there. The wonderful scorebench team, they'll go down just as any other bucket would, and they try to answer Wizards. Can't do from deep. Conway attacks. She finds a cutting Melksham. Just stumbled out of court. She was able to dish it back through. So good little run here for the Mountaineers. They've been able to run on a 7-0 start to this quarter, where they've been able to wrestle the ascendancy back from the Wizards through some good offensive play. Been able to attack. Stour's been good inside. Melksham again inside. So concerted effort on that end. And surprisingly, it's been all with Donders off the court. We saw just before this timeout, she's up at the bench, so she'll check back in as we see this break. And Wizards obviously trying to stem the flow. Timeout, Belinda Buchanan. It's seen enough. This first 2 minutes of the second quarter to make some adjustments with the troops. I don't know whether it'd be too much on the offensive end. They've been able to get some good looks, some good open shots, and probably really what they want out of their offense. Just the defensive end, now that the Mountaineers, Coach Cox has adjusted his strategy at looking to probably take advantage of the size they have inside and the athleticism, particularly of Stour, and play off that somewhat. So you see Shipton, she's going to pick up Deneen full court, make her life a little bit more difficult than just wandering up, getting into the offensive set. Deneen does well, just up and at him pretty quick. So Wizards looking to play. Donders, he just run through a pick there from Deneen. I think she may not have been aware that it was set on a back shoulder and turned and run over. It's Shipton, who had a good little spurt there. She's replaced by Twider. So Wizards now, they look to get into their attack. It's Cook wheeling and dealing on Stour. She'll come up with the defensive rebound. Melksham. Francis Donders back into the game. Looking to a bit more happening. It's a lot better movement for the Mountaineers inside. You see the pass, kick back out to Lynch there. A lot better movement, a bit more purposeful movement from the Mountaineers on the offensive end, being able to get the ball inside, outside, make that Wizards weak side defence adjust, and that'll get them a bit better opportunities. Shall that continue? Another deep three from Cook. Oh, good. Donders. Great little pass finds Melksham. Yeah, she had the open layup. Worried out it by the cover defence coming from the Wizards. Twydale kicks around to Lynch. She's a opening in the short corner. She's short on the jumper though. Wizards. So they've been unable to add any score to their quarter time tally. As Cook pings away from deep, back of the rim. So the frustration on the offensive end continues for the Wizards. Mountaineers look to stretch the lead. They lead 22-19. So they've got their first lead of the game. They look to stretch that through. Donders just swinging through. Stour flies high, grabs the rebound, gets the putback. So it's exactly why Matt Cox has been pretty excited to have her back, even if it is for a minute opportunity for the season. But what she brings on both ends of the court, she's defending there, but nice little pull up from Jessie Cook. Gets the margin back to one. See Stour. Blocked by Cotter. Twydale, little runner, pulls up. That one goes. Tracy Twydale. It's her first points of the night. Unfamiliar from inside that keyway, but good little attack from Twydale. Donders spinning, gets Stour cutting below. Cotter, another block, so back-to-back possessions. That's been block to block for Cotter, but she commits the foul on Stour, trying to weasel away in around the rim. As Lunas will check back in along with Captain Hayes. So interesting to see this partnership of Stour and Lunas. Previous seasons it worked so well. It's a formidable assignment for opposition teams. You've got the size and the strength of Lunas. Stour has the speed and athleticism, unable to make the first. It's a second to go, so a 4-point lead for the Mountaineers. They've dominated the scoreboards thus far in the second quarter. What's been a 10-point turnaround here. Twydale did well to get in front of Wilkes. Deneen gets a hand in the lane. Deflection, inbound for the Mountaineers. And there's that size of Lunas, just parks herself deep inside the keyway, and that's where you want to get someone of the stature of Kirsten Lunas getting the ball. She's getting the ball next to the hoop. She's going to be hard to stop. There's not going to be too many players in this competition that are going to be able to stop her physical presence. And they're able to come up on the defensive end with the turnover. As Deneen guards Donders as well. Twydale's got a little mismatch. She likes the look of it. Attacks. A little out of control on the jumper, on the little runner. Transition opportunity for the Wizards. Wilkes hooks one around, but can't get the finish. Donders looks to pull it out. She wants to get some. Oh, she's happy to go one-on-one. She got the mismatch too. Well defended, Reed. Moved to feet, stayed right in front. Shot clock's winding down. They're going to have to go. Pass out of court from Hayes. So well defended. Emma Reed. Donders liked the look of the mismatch, but she was equal to the task. Used her feet, stayed right in front. So great work there from Emma Reed on the defensive end for the Wizards. Tries to steal. She had a mismatch with Twydale there. That matchup. Trying to steal a low in the post. Deflected by Twydale. 11 on the shot clock. We've got a 4-point ball game. Mountaineers lead 27-23. We've got 3 to play in the first half. Plenty of hands in the ruck there. Donda's got the deflection. Looks for the push in transition. Hayes, she's open in that short corner, gives it up to Shipton. She's actually extra pass. Unselfish play there from Hallie Shipton, and Lunas was wide open next to the rim. So going to this matchup again, the Wizards. I like the look of that. Wilkes had Lunas out a long way from the hoop. She didn't look very comfortable, and Wilkes was able to blow straight by. Looking to return the favour, Lunas here on Wilkes. Deflected out of court by Wilkes on that occasion. Baseline play for the Mountaineers. Hayes, there they are. So it's a focal point. You can see once she's been back on the court, Lunas is unable to capitalise on the advantage this time. It's Hayes. Fired from deep, no avail. 1:48 left to play in the half. Top of the table clash out here at Clive Berghofer Rec Centre this afternoon. It's been an action-packed first half as Deneen off the back of the rim sets the Mountaineers away on transition. Hayes couldn't get it done. Lunas stayed on that offensive rebound. Again, that size advantage. Draws a foul, cop one on the head there. She'll shoot two, Kirsten Lunas. Her first trip to the line tonight. Side of the rim. No good for Lunas. She looks to make adjustments on the second, and same spot there for Lunas. So comes up empty on that transaction. Sanu. Oh, Donders, we see too often, just getting a hand in there. Twydale worried out of the points. Deneen, good effort there. She committed didn't commit the turnover, but was involved in the two-man action where the ball was stripped by Donders, but she hustles hard back in defensive transition and saved what looked a certain bucket for the Mountaineers. Minute to play. Great look, backdoor Deneen. She finds Cotter. It's a great little play, great little pass there from Cara. Deneen, 2-point game, so it's exactly what you'd expect of a top-of-the-table clash with so much to play as Hayes turns this one over. Emma Reid looks to attack. She goes at the body of Shipton. Shipton did well, though. There's plenty of contact, but Lunas gets right in deep. That's where you want. She had Wilkes buried on her back that time. And as soon as she gets that ball that deep, it's just about curtains for the defender. It's Cotter, back to back, pulls up, slipped under the screen. The Mountaineers give herself half a sniff, and she takes that one. Hayley Cotter from deep. At a 1-point game, shot clock winding down. Donders pulls the trigger. Looked good in the air, back of the rim, so unable to make the shot. An exciting first half, and as you'd expect from two teams that are looking to secure some home finals, we've got a close game on our hands. 31 plays 30 for the Mountaineers. They were able to settle into their offense a little better in that quarter, and they won that one 17-11. So a good turnaround for the Mountaineers. They're able to go into the sheds, talk tactics. They're up 1 point, so we might have a little break for the halftime. We're going to jump in with the halftime entertainment, which is always entertaining with the local legend Mountaineers stalwart Johnny Gouldson. So he's running around with the roaming mic. We might jump in and join him. We'll be back just before the play resumes in the second half to tune in and see how this one plays out as we look to see who can get the top of the table, that most prestigious spot for this regular season.
2 balls on this end. That's it. Up there, boys. One on the other side. Elimination free throw from the free throw line, or just inside. Elimination free throw. 2 balls at the front. Everybody else behind. Put your ball in before the person in front of you. They're out, they stand to the side. Here we go. You right, boys? Balls at the front of the line, boys. Balls at the front of the line. Now come out the free throw line, boys. 2 balls at the front. And the rest of you get back in the line. You push the ball in behind before the person in front of you. You get them out. Go! We're going to have the winner of the boys versus the winner of the girls in the AAG dash for splash. Come on, girls. Who was first in line? You're out. Shipton's out. Keep going. Come on, girls. We want a winner from the girls and a winner from the boys for the AAG dash for splash. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've got two things here. I've got family pass to the Outdoor Expo in July, that Bob talked about. And I've also got a free ticket to the Strand. This is these 2 free tickets for the Strand pictures and for the Outdoor Expo, family pass. Come on, girls, we want winner. We want a winner. The boys look good to me. Keep going, fella. Go a bit closer, boy, you little fellas. You shoot from the white line. You shoot from the white line. Keep going, boys. That's good. Keep going. You're out, are you? You're out. Go to the side. Good shot. Mountaineers boy. He's my boy. Go in closer, mate. Keep shooting, boy, until you score. You're out, young fella. Out to the side. 4 left in the boys. Girls, we've got 2 left. We have a winner in the girls. Come out here, the winner. Ryman, she's a winner. Hey, this is a Ryman, isn't it? What school are you at, Ryman? Taz, that's right. Come on, boys, we've got to get a winner. Oh, Mum and Dad, let's get a bit of a cheer for these boys. Shoot from in the white line, boys. Go to the white line. Go to the white line, shoot. Keep going, you're both in still. Go to the white line to shoot, boys. Go in closer. Keep going. We're waiting for paint to dry here. That's it, you're out, young fella. Good try, well done. Go to the... 2 left. You're gone! Come up this end, all of you. We're going to have the girls versus the boy, dash for splash. Up to the end line, everybody. We might even get a snatch the wallet in here if we're lucky. Girl line up there. Boy line up here. Okay, what's your name? Agok. He's the winner of the boys. And Natalia, Ryman's the winner for the girls. You know what dash and splash is? Dribble the end and shoot. Keep shooting till you score. Dribble back here. The first ball in this end wins the game. Go! Here they go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hey, you're the winner, Ryman. You're the second. Well done. Come over to the side here, all of you kids. Round of applause for the boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it. Line up along here, boys and girls. Girls to my left, boys to my right. Would you take those balls back to the team, please, boys? Righto, winner step out here for the girls. Ryman, just get rid of that ball for a minute. Now, Ryman, your dad's Glenn, is that right?
Yeah.
Is he a good player?
Yeah.
He played for the Mountaineers, didn't he?
Yeah.
And you're playing for the Mountaineers too?
Yeah.
What age group?
Under 14.
Under 14. Well, let's get a round of applause. She's the winner. Now, stay here. Stay here. You get a Event Cinemas free pass. Use it for Mum and Dad. It's worth more. Don't use it for yourself. It doesn't pay for you. Do you want to have a snatch the wallet? Sure, right. She's going to go try and snatch the wallet. Line up here. Line up here. Get rid of that. Here we go. If she catches the wallet, she gets all the money in it. Get your hands behind your back, Ryman. Can't cheat here. Oh, very close. Righto. Seeing you're the winner of the boys, you can have a go at catch the wallet. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a free family pass for your pass to get into the Outdoor Expo, courtesy of Bob Carroll. See that man there? He's a cranky old bastard. Watch him. He's giving you a free pass. Now, The whole family gets in. It's in July. It's at Toowoomba Showgrounds. Okay, snatch the wallet. Here we go. This guy's got real good reflexes. Are you ready? He's got it! Oh, what reflexes. Open it up. How much is in there? $15. Holy moly, I'm broke. Righto, ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause to the boys and girls. Good effort, kids. And courtesy of Armstrong Auto Group, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you go over there, take a picture of yourself at the car, put it on the Facebook, you're a chance to win $100. Joe, are you here yet? Joe, Armstrong Auto Group, hand up. Not here yet, they'll be here shortly because we got a winner from last week. Big prize, $100. Who? Now at halftime of the men's game, we got the $500 Burnoff Properties halfway shot. And we got some more family passes and event cinemas.
Something special about me, you can already tell the energy is different. Confidence is at the highest level, I don't ever see it dipping. Try me if you want to guarantee, though you gon' wish you hadn't did it. That's a war that you can never win, but hey, I like the optimism. Giving over half my life to this, I think I made a good decision. Trust my gut, I hear it talking, then I know it's time for me to listen. Mastermind consistent, matching my commitment, that's not realistic. Hey, feature presentation, what they came to see, I open up the curtain. Oh my, pandemonium is showtime. Got their noses up, I know why. Jealous of me cause the flow nice. Did it all without a cosign. Shoot, I always hit the bullseye. Barely even put in effort in this effortless. Imagine if I did try. Acknowledge me or not, that don't really make no difference to me. I operate the same no matter who's around me. Who's around me is important to me. I keep my enemies at arm's length, but close enough to make me feel safe. My diligence can be competed
Now,
with
Pete,
an easy win.
I've got another family pass. I'm having a look for the good cheerers. So the best cheerers get the family pass to Outdoor Expo for this next quarter. If you fellas over there can check it out and see, I'll give the pass at three-quarter time.
Unlock your sense of adventure at the Queensland Outdoor Adventure Expo. From the 28th to 30th of July, get to the Toowoomba Showgrounds for the ultimate showcase in quality caravans, camper trailers, 4x4 vehicles, fishing gear, outdoor accessories, and more. Be entertained with daily shows and indulge in delicious treats. Pre-purchase your tickets online at adventureexpo.com.au and save 10% off. The Queensland Outdoor Adventure Expo. Don't miss out.
Well, welcome back. Action just about to get underway for the second half as we see the top of the table clash between Northside with the Wizards and the Toowoomba Mountaineers. Back underway, tight affair, 31 plays 30 at the half, and looking across the box score, Stour comes up with the steal, but Wizards able to wrestle that one back. So looking across the box scores for the first half of the game, fairly tight tussle in all aspects. We see both teams shooting about 33% from the field on about 36-37 shots, similar from deep, 9 of 29, 9 of 22 for both teams from inside the arc, from deep. Both teams have made the 3 long balls. The difference that we see, the Mountaineers, and with the addition of Mia Stour, she's added a huge amount in this area. They've been able to dominate the rebounds. They've got 31 against the Wizards 20. So that's the size advantage that Lunas and the athletic advantage. As shot winds down, Deneen, well defended from Conway. That expires, so great enthusiasm from the Mountaineers on the defensive end.
Defense from the Mountaineers.
Doesn't take too long. So yeah, let's go back, 31 plays 20. So that's about where I guess the differing factor in the game has been. And Mia Stour, so she's got the 5 points, but she's got the 12 rebounds in that first half. Donders gets the bucket. Last year we saw 20 and 20 was nothing. So to put 20, even 30 rebounds on the count for Stour personally, which is a massive achievement by anyone in any game, let alone at the QSL level, and she's just been able to take off where she finished off last season. As Wizards look to attack Deneen, gets a kick out from New, banks that one around, bobbles out, transition opportunity. Twydale finds Stour and Ondas. So Mountaineers again looking to settle into a bit of groove. Twydale cutting base gets wide open, but back of the rim, and I think that's where Wizards will make the adjustment. You see a good body work there from Shaylee Wilkes that occasion, got Stour on her back. Stour comes up with the defensive rebound, so rebound 13 or 14 now for Stour. She's playing some heavy minutes in her first game back for the Mountaineers for 2023. As Melksham gets open at the top of the key, rains that one down. Charlotte Melksham puts her into double figures. She leads the scoring for the Mountaineers. After being a little timid early, giving up a few offensive opportunities, she's come to the party and she's now got 10. It's Twydale up harassing Reed. Bit of frustration showed. She looks to get her sealed deep in the key. Working hard off the ball there, Reed, as New was relieved again. Dondas gets that hand in the lane off the help. Conway attacks. Melksham on the offensive rebound. Plenty of bodies on the court. Conway again, second efforts. Deneen comes up with the transition for the Wizards. Wilkes finds New. She bunny hops into a corner three, which is short. Another rebound for Stour, so she just keeps accumulating the cleanups, this time on the defensive end. Donders and Melksham look to play a little two-man game. It's Twydale. Corner ball three, that's good. Tracy Twydale's the Mountaineers stretch their lead. 39 plays 30, so they're on an 8-0 run to kick off the second quarter. Wizards looking for the answering bucket. They go to Wilkes as Melksham defends from the help side. Shot clock again to low single digits. Deneen has to pull the trigger this time. Again, plenty of glass off that shot from Deneen. Comes up with Melksham and Twydale. She's found herself open there. She might have pulled the trigger there. A little heat check for Twydale, but settles it down in the half-court offense. And goes the dribble penetration. This time attacks the rim, gets the bucket, the bump, and the foul. Tracy Twydale. So the experienced head of Twydale's come out after this halftime stanza and inspired the home team. They're on a 10-0 run. Wizards have seen enough. They want to call time, make some adjustments. So it couldn't have been a better start. I don't think it could be scripted any better for Coach Cox and the Mountaineers. And they've started to wrestle the momentum of the game over, and the crowd, the good sized crowd who's rolled in for this afternoon's matchups are starting to get vocal. They can sense Mountaineers putting themselves in a position to go solo at top of the ladder. A winner of this game will take a one-game lead with one game to go. So should the Mountaineers, I'll have to check the numbers, men, just to make sure I'm not giving any false information, but I think if Mountaineers can get over the line this afternoon, that will all but guarantee top spot, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks with a semi-final. So the top two teams, so both teams, it's not if whoever goes down here aren't outside the realms of hosting a home semi-final, but that will continue throughout the whole final series. So plenty to play for. That's been shown by Twydale, especially in this first 4 minutes of this third quarter. She's come out, attacked well, a couple of deep three, and then attacked the rim, and she'll try to get a 3 the old-fashioned way, but doesn't on this occasion. Oh, Melksham picks the pocket of Deneen. Nice little lane. Great defensive play. Charlotte Melksham. She leads all scorers, and she's doing it on both ends. Just picked the pocket there nice and cleanly of Deneen and popped up for her. Not much left to do. Wizards just a bit flustered on the offensive end. Bit of frustration. Wilkes looks for a cutter there, but a bit wide of the target, that one. It's Conway. She's calling the set, the half-court set. Melksham comes up. Twydale, lady of the moment. So 5 minutes gone. Wizards haven't been able to add to their half-time tally. Just a bit of a drought on the scoring end. And Wilkes got a bit of space. Lorna stepped back, and she's happy to pull the trigger. And a much-needed bucket on that visit down the court for Wizards. They get the stop, so they'll be looking to go back-to-back. Sure, they'll be trying to take a little bit of confidence from that last possession. There's Reed. She wants to join the 3-ball party. She's after that one quick, so it mustn't look good off their hands. She was straight in, tearing in, but Mountaineers secure the defensive rebound. Donders, Twydale, the handoff. Got Melksham. So a little bit messy to start this set. We see Wizards are set back into a zone defence, so they've changed up their look on the defensive end. Donders gets a look from 3, flexes it up. She drops that one. Plenty of towel waving going on from the support crew on the bench too. Kimberly Wilson's vocal and excited. She obviously knows the importance of today's game, and Melksham again comes up with their second steal of the quarter. Twydale, she's got Lunas deep. Copped a bump there, just burrowed under there. Emma Reed stepped into Lunas, who was in the shooting action, so she will shoot 2. Kirsten Lunas, where she's come up empty on her only visit to the stripe. Again, just showing how much of a tough cover she is, especially when she can get a seal deep. That one's just a little deeper outside the key, but gets the first free throw to go. Kirsten Lunas goes back-to-back, gets herself double figures. She's got 10 for the game, Lunas, so she's a great supporter out there for Melksham at the moment. They're doing the damage for the home team. It's a 15-point lead for the Mountaineers. 48 plays 33. As Wilkes attacks, Lunas cleans up the defensive rebound once again. So they've dominated all areas, all aspects of the rebound count here. Mountaineers, Twydale again, Lunas deep, bobbles around. So they're going back to Lunas. That size advantage she's got in there, and she's working hard off the ball to get good position, being rewarded as great defensive, offensive work there in transition from Wizards as Reed waltzes by and gets the easy bucket. So that'll be a welcome relief for the Wizards. Jaylee Hippolyte, she's into the game. Deneen gets a hand on the ball there and off the foot of Hippolyte. So that's the stop the Wizards need. They've fallen behind here. A good quarter thus far for the Mountaineers. As Hippolyte looks to give a bit of work on the backcourt of Deneen, but turn the ball over there, Wizards. Donders looks to push. They've got a 3-on-2. Hippolyte running one lane. Reed picks off the final pass. So well done to hustle back there, Emma Reed. Deneen's got a cutting. Wizard play underneath. Again, another look. Cotter fouled by Donders on the arm. There's no chance she was going to get that bucket to go. Donders committed the foul. Was happy to cop that one on the chin. Hayley Cotter will shoot 2. Still double-figure lead for the home team, 12 points. As Hayley Cotter gets herself into double figures. She's got 11. That's where the deficit sits, 11 points. Bit of full court pressure from the Wizards and slipping back into this 1-2-2 zone. So just trying to challenge the offensive sets of the Mountaineers and make them look at something a little different. As the shot clock down to 4, Hippolyte pulls the trigger. Bobbles around, but that one drops. Shooters roll. Jaylee Hippolyte gets that one to go. It's her first bucket. Reed again, back cut. So she's had a good affinity in the last couple of possessions with that right wing, being able to slip through to a couple of easy buckets. Stour kicks out to Donis Twydale, gets a wide open look from the corner 3. Rebound diffused from Cotter. Deneen attacks, Donders goes straight into the body, but well defended. Buchan from the corner gets us back to 8, so it's been dominant quarter for the Mountaineers. We've seen the lead get out to as much as 15 points, but the Wizards credit, they've been able to reel this one back in. Sits at 8, 50 plays 42, 40 to play. Stour cuts, rattles off the rim. Lunas cleans up, offensive rebound again. Kirsten Lunas. She's putting together quite a line now. She's nearly into that double-double territory. She's got 14 points on the night, coupled up with 6 or 7 or 8 rebounds now, and Mountaineers get the stop. So 17.1, shot clock gets turned off. They'll have one possession, should they so choose, to finish off this third quarter. They lead by 10. So the horn set come in the high on balls. Called up from Hippolyte. Donders. Shots. Game clock's at 3. Twydale get a look from the base, back of the rim.
Half time.
Foul called on Mia Stour that time over the back, which we'll see a little bit of time go back on the clock. I think 1 second going back on the clock, so probably negligible here. It looks like this will how we'll end out the quarter unless a Hail Mary is successful from the Wizards. So Wilkes has got the inbound.
1 second, waiting, Mr. Referee.
So 1 second will go back on. Score bench wasn't quite ready there for the exuberance of the referees to get this quarter done and dusted. So today's stream and pictures, we've got some great supporters out here of the TML, or the Mountaineers program, and today's live stream is brought to you guys by Queensland Outdoor Adventure Expo, and there's been a few vouchers been handed out in the crowd, so there'll be some happy patrons going home with an adventure of their own out at the Outdoor Adventure Expo. So we've got the 1 second to play. Long class. Hippolyte will get a look from halfway. Oh, I think they like the look of that too. There was hands on the head, so it was close, and it's the $500 burn-off half-time of the men's. It could have gone off early. Don't know if Johnny Gilson would have paid that one from Hippolyte, but no doubt Cox would have liked to seen it to go, but it didn't. 10-point lead. Mountaineers lead 52-42. So a great quarter there. They've been able to stretch the 1 point lead they took in to the half to 9 points. And on the offensive end, Tracy Twydale, got us off to a pretty hot start. She was very aggressive early on, and Kirsten Lunas has showed her dominance inside. She's been a massive focal point. You can see that. A lot of the offense have been involved in trying to kick the ball around, get her a good seal underneath the bucket, and she's been able to to capitalise on most times there. It's a tough cover. We've mentioned a few times. She's going to be near on impossible to stop when she can get deep inside that charge circle, get a catch there. And it's pretty much night over for the defensive players when that can happen. So Kirsten Lunas, I think she'll look to keep attacking and be a major focal point. Mia Stour, as you've seen through the pictures, she's been outstanding. She's back for her first game of the season. She's coupled up. I haven't got the stats sheet from there. It's on its way over now, but I'd reckon she's probably got 15 or 16 boards to go with a handful of points. So she's been a dominant figure inside as well for the Mountaineers that we've seen in past seasons as well. I don't think we've seen everything here, though. I think there's going to be plenty to play for both teams. As we've mentioned right throughout the broadcast, this is a top-of-the-table clash. Both teams locked at 10 wins apiece. With 1 week remaining, this game will go a long way to deciding who gets that minor premiership and sits atop of the table. If we do have a week next week where both teams do have games, the Mountaineers will play the Gold Coast Rollers and the Wizards will play the Seahawks. So they'll both be against the South Coast opponents. But should the Mountaineers get over the line here, I think that will be enough to ensure whatever happens next week, we'll be back here for a home semi-final and potentially a home grand final. So we've got 10 minutes to play as Queen starts to rock the grandstand. Picked off Cotter. She knew that one's coming. A little bit too obvious there as Lunas trying to get a seal underneath. Well defended from the Wizards. So Cotter's been good. She's probably would have liked to seen her maybe attack the bucket a little bit more and get a few more opportunities for herself. She's 4 of 7 of the game. She's got 11 points, so you probably earn the right at that to be able to take things upon yourself a little bit more and try and get there. As Lunas, the Twin Towers attack, but Stour was worried out of it. Donda's active hands. She so often fills up the stat columns in all categories, and she's done that again tonight. She's got the 5 steals already to go along with the 6 rebounds. And Cotter, she'll go to the line. So she's been a tough cover for the Mountaineers defence all night. And I would have, well, probably not from a Mountaineers point of view, but from a basketball point of view or the outsider looking in, you'd think she would look to maybe push the issue a little more on the offensive end. She goes 0 for 2 on that visit to the free throw line, Cotter. So unable to take the advantage. Mountaineers come back. Donda's attacks. Twydale's wide open, the corner 3, gives it back up that time, kicks it back around to Hippolyte there. Again, you can see they're looking for Lunas in there on the low block. Hippolyte was relieved of possession there from Wizards, and they'll push, so no change to the three-quarter time score in the first minute and a half here. Buchan tries her luck from deep at front of the rim. Hippolyte will come up with possession for the Mountaineers. So plenty of ball movement. Donders finds Lunas again, that focal. Ball bobbles around there. Knocked away. She regained possession and she puts that one down. So Kirsten Lunas leads all scorers, 14 points. 7 rebounds to go along with that. So it's been a happy hunting ground for Lunas tonight. That keyway on both ends of the court is Hippolyte. Attacking hard. Going to the bucket. Cook draws the foul. So the intensity's up a level. We're into the championship rounds here in the fourth quarter. So it's all to play for both teams. Jesse Cook. No good. They've been good from the free throw line tonight, Wizards, shooting an 83% there prior to this final quarter where they're now 0 from 4. So just tightening up a little bit there, the Wizards. So come back in that zone defence. Fourth quarter, Ash Lynch. It's her time to shine if you've tuned in. Hippolyte gets another good look at it. Offensive rebound, second chance opportunities coming aplenty for the Mountaineers. And Lunas, she steps away through, stays at it, hustles hard, last touch. So stuck with the play there, Kirsten Lunas is vying for offensive rebound number 2 or 3 on that particular possession, but unable to score the bucket. Off the wall foul called. Jaylee Hippolyte just getting a little too excited on the defensive end. Called for the foul off the ball on a cutting Wizards player. Got a 12-point ball game. 54 plays 42. We've got 7 minutes to play as the Wizards look to get themselves back into the game. Ball deflected. Last touch from the Wizards. See Emma Reid check back in. Oh, turned over Ash Lynch. Relieved of the ball there from Chloe Buchan. Reid, great little dish. She found Wilkes wide open, so good high-low play inside there from the Wizards. Great look from Reid and good awareness from Wilkes to be able to find the open spot there. So Wilkes will get the bonus free throw where she's 1 of 2 on the night. 0 for 4 from the free throw line this quarter for the Wizards. So no doubt 4 points they would have loved to have, but haven't. Wilkes successful on her 3-point play. 9-point ball game. Lynch finds Twydale. Twydale looks to attack, so we've seen teams throw these zone defence at the Mountaineers, willing them to shoot from deep, and Donders gets her second from deep for the game. Frances Donders doing it all, and doing it all when it's most important here in the fourth quarter. She attacks, commits a foul there. Saw the ball handling from Deneen was just hung out there. Commits a foul. Just a check. So the wily old veteran obviously plays the game hard, but she's happy to play it in the right way as well. Just checking on the health there of Cara Deneen, which she give a bit of a knock to. And that attempt and steal as Deneen will shoot 2. So plenty of shots to the free throw line for the Wizards, and you can see that in the foul count. 5 team fouls for the Mountaineers, so 5:50 to play. Any foul committed from here on in will give the Wizards a bonus opportunity to shoot. Deneen goes 1 for 2, so we're looking to just clean up the defensive end in terms of the aggressiveness of the Mountaineers without committing the fouls, but tone it back a notch or 2. They get their offensive set. Donders looks to go back-to-back from deep. Couple bits of the eye on the backboard. Melksham, offensive rebound. So a fairly guard-heavy roster as Twydale pings that one up. So, yeah, small line-up on the court for Mountaineers. Might be looking to get a few shooters out there to battle against the zone look that they're seeing from the Wizards. We've got 5 to play, 11-point game. Wizards looking to get this one back into single figures as Buchan comes off and on ball. Got a good look. Good hustle on the ball there. New flicks it back into the leg of a Mountaineers player. Wizards get a half-court reset. We've got Deneen. She's guarded by Lynch. Showing her a ball skill. Steps through, scoops up. Unsuccessful, but we've got a foul called on Lynch. Maybe been a little bit unlucky there, Lynch. Deneen looked to be falling after that shot, but as it goes, she'll go to the free throw line. Cara Deneen, back of the rim. So these free throws are really starting to hurt the Wizards. Trying to get back into a game, you need these sort of things to go your way, and capitalising on opportunities from the free throw line is massive. And she goes 50% on that occasion. 10-point ball game. 57 plays 47. Winner to secure a top of the table position. Shot clock into single figures. Lynch was nice and straight. That offensive rebound again, it's cruelling the Wizards. That's the 15th offensive rebound of the game for the Mountaineers. And there's number 16. Stour and Donders, so that is an absolute coach killer. They've been dominated on the rebounds, especially the offensive rebounds. Twydale again fires from deep. So Wizards have packed this zone in, and they've been willing to let the Mountaineers team shoot from deep, and well, have had plenty of attempts, especially this fourth quarter. None forthcoming, or very few forthcoming thus far. Deneen tries her own attempts. No good. Mountaineers, so the shooting woes have flowed on to both teams here. We've got 3 minutes 40 to play. Again, Donders, so wide open, these threes. That's back of the rim. Rebound Wizards, so the defensive change from the Wizards. It's been good, but they haven't been able to get up the other end on the offensive line and been able to capitalise, and they can't on this. Again, Donders raises the hands, the fists in excitement. Comes up with the turnover, the steal. Francis Donders. Ten-point ball game. Lunas checks back into the game. She's straight back into the action. Down on that low block where she lives. Kirsten Lunas continues her impressive night. She's got 14 points. And now she hustles a little bit overzealously on there. She's hustling hard. Probably doing well, but then tackles are out of the way. What have you got here? We've got some sort of call coming on Lunas. So that will send Emma Reid to the line to shoot two. So probably a foul you don't want. So Reid, it's good on the first. .59 plays 48. 49, so we've got a 10-point ball game. Mountaineers lead 59-49. Up the court pressure now coming from the Wizards. So they're looking to commit a few Get a few stops on this defensive sets. Lunas done well there. Wilkes to urge her out of the keyway. 9, 8. Shot clock winding down. Donders tries to split the gap. Ball bobbles to Lunas. She loses that one. Lucky probably not to commit a little foul there in the backcourt either. There's Deneen. Ball bobbling around like a pinball in there at the moment. Plenty of action happening. Ball comes up with Twydale and she's going to bring it down and happy to utilise the clock. Donders calls that out. Look to get some shooter swing action as Conway attacks. Twydale, Conway. So 5. Twydale gets a little runner. Gets it to go. Tracy Twydale. Coming up with the buckets in the big occasions. It's a little scrappy play, but I don't think anyone would be too worried about the time coming off the clock, especially finishing that possession on a bucket. Zanine from deep. Donders hits the court there. She's come in the face, but Conway's off in transition and gets that to go. Timeout. Wizards, Donders on the floor, so I don't know what happened there. The copped a bump. Got a poke in the eye there, Donders, but she's... Timeout, Wizards. So 1 minute 30 to play. Mountaineers, 14-point leaders, 63. Plays 49. So there's a bit of chat about what happened on that possession. I don't know whether we've got a replay there that we can flick up. We'll go to the camera crew and the team out the back to see if we're able to pick that one up and see what happened. But minute 30 to play, Mountaineers. They've been able to stretch it to a nice, comfortable lead. 14 points. Here, top of the table clash. They've been good. They started slow once again, like they have done all season, but once they've found their groove, they've been able to really settle in on that offensive rebound. On the offensive end, they've dominated the rebounds all night. The offensive rebounds they've come up with probably 15 or 16. They had 12 at the three-quarter mark, and I know they've had plenty of second chance opportunities in this fourth quarter. So it's probably the tail of the game. Between that and this fourth quarter free throw shooting from the Wizards, they have been their own worst enemies. As Deneen attacks Conway, does well. Use the feet. No call. And comes up with the steal. So Laura Conway staying with the defensive possession. Gets Melksham running the lane. Draws the foul. All on the back of some aggressive play from Laura Conway on the defensive end. She out there. Big smile on the face too. So she knows how important this is. And the crowd's starting to enjoy this last minute 15. The Mountaineers have put up what you'd hope to say is a game-winning margin, but we've seen funnier things, especially in this building, but Melksham is no good, and she's been outstanding again. Melksham shows they've had a few great contributors, especially on the points end. As Wizards looking for some consolation now. Comes up, Conway, again off the call, off the ball. Plenty happening as some bodies contacted there. Might have been Twydale, showing a bit of cause for concern for Deneen. Holding the ribs there, someone just copped a heavy bump. Nothing worse than heavy cop to the ribs, knocking the wind out of you sometimes. Laying on the court, not being able to fill the lungs can be a bit of a frightening time 51.9 seconds to play. 16-point margin for the Mountaineers as this one plays out. This will secure top spot for the Mountaineers. Guarantee a home semi-final. Potentially give them home court advantage right throughout the finals series. So a week to play in the regular season where they've got an away game with the Gold Coast Rollers. So that will be, again, a pivotal game as Gold Coast look to battle their way into the 4th spot. So it could be potentially a game next week where we see a first week finals matchup on the cards as they'll do battle down at the Gold Coast. But no doubt Coach Cox will be happy to see this one in the books. We'll give them the split over Wizards. So they've been able to get over the Wizards victorious twice now for the season. So regardless of what happens, the Wizards will be up against North Gold Coast Seahawks. So on paper, you think they get the win. On paper, the Mountaineers win, lose or draw will hold on to that top spot with having the split on the Mountaineers. So turnover there from the Wizards. Bit of passion shown. There's a few words being exchanged between the two teams. It's Hippolyte, they're not done, and Lunas isn't done. She adds to her tally. A little bit of cream on the cake there for Kirsten Lunas. The Wizards look for some consolations late. This one pitters out. They've got 15 to play. Cotter overcooks it. Melksham has enjoyed a great night. She's really put her hand up on the offensive end. She's rattled to the ground there. 3 to play. This one will fizz out. Cotter's seen enough. Puts it under the wing. Lets the final buzzer sound. Mountaineers are victorious. Comfortable in the end. 67 plays 49. So a great result for the Mountaineers. A game that had so much importance on it coming into this afternoon's contest. So much to play for. Has proven the home court advantage in this colloquial home court crowd has done enough for the Mountaineers to get over the top. They've won 67-49, puts them on top of the table. So it was a goal of Coach Cox, we've been speaking to over recent weeks, being able to secure a home semi. But this will give us one better and give us the home court advantage there for the final series, should they be able to win through some outstanding performances. Kirsten Lunas was great for the Mountaineers. Offensive, so hard to stop. She worked hard off the ball, got some great seals in and around the basket, worked hard and was able to convert them tonight. The new addition for this season, Mia Stour, she dominated on the rebound count, so she would have coupled up 18, 20 rebounds, I think, for the game. So she's just hit the ground running, exactly what she did last season. Outstanding performance. Charlotte Melksham continuing off from what we saw last week, being able to get that bit of momentum on her offensive game coming into it. But we are going to have a presentation. Johnny Gills is just doing some few interviews there, but an outstanding result for the Wizards. I think they've got a fair bit to build from, and no doubt their season's still got plenty left in the tank. Shaylee Wilkes was good, Emma Reid. They just struggled to convert on the offensive end, probably down the stretch, the back end of that third quarter, the fourth quarter, where the petrol ran out of legs. Bit of frustration seemed to show, so they'll no doubt go back, readdress, come back next week. And it could be two teams that we see fighting it out, maybe even back on this court in a few weeks' time, looking at hosting a championship banner. But we'll might go over to the post-game festivities with Johnny Gouldson. There's some MVP awards to be handed out. He's with one of the sponsors of today's game, maybe from the Toowoomba Sports Club. But here's Johnny G, centre court.
A fortnight from this weekend, we will be hosting the semi-final. And that will be a great, possibly a replay of this game, but we're not sure yet. Come up here, Coach. How are you feeling, Coach?
Yeah, pretty good. I I thought, like we saw in the towards the end of the first quarter, second quarter, the potential for what we can play is a little bit frustrating in probably the way we started again in the first half. And then towards the back end, like, full credit to the girls. The support on the bench is unbelievable, and everyone that gets out there does their job like as much as we can ask. So that was fantastic to play that way against the team coming second, you know, a week or two out from the finals. And thanks to all you guys for coming out to support. We definitely hear it and feel it over there. And it's excellent that the crowd's been building bigger and bigger every week.
Holy moly, Coxie! We're going to make him Prime Minister. He can talk so well. Well done, Coxie. Well done, coaching team, Monica. Oh boy, Lindria, where are you? Still picking up the dishes. Okay, now Bob, let's see who won the $50 voucher first for the MVP. Who'd you pick?
This is going to mean a lot to this particular player, and that's Charlotte Melksham. We've been really impressed with this particular player in the last few weeks. Huge presence for us inside, and I thought she was fantastic tonight. So that's Kirsten Lunas.
Woo! Here it is, Bob. That's yeah.
She's a demon, mate.
Yeah, she's a demon. There's no doubt about it. Kirsten, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. We played really well, and I just want to say a big thank you for all of you guys coming out and supporting us. It really means a lot.
We're semi-finals. We're going to fill these stands. Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the girls, coaches, Channel 7. Wonderful support here from Channel 7. And we're looking forward to having you all back for the semi-final in a fortnight's time. We'll let you know the actual details. Okay, girls, go and have a team talk. Go and do your war cry.
Unlock your sense of adventure at the Queensland Outdoor Adventure Expo. From the 28th to 30th of July, get to the Toowoomba Showgrounds for the ultimate showcase in quality caravans, camper trailers, 4x4 vehicles, fishing gear, outdoor accessories and more. Be entertained with daily shows and indulge in delicious treats. Pre-purchase your tickets online at adventureexpo.com.au and save 10% off. The Queensland Outdoor Adventure Expo. Don't miss out.
Just about done, mate. Surely. There you go. That's outstanding. That much talent running around in our own backyard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the semi-pros. The semi-pros. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Let's go.
The Fuji Xerox Business Centre is a 100% locally owned business and has grown into one of the largest suppliers of office photocopiers and printers in the Darling Downs region. For the latest business technologies in print, scanning and telephony, FXBC can help you streamline your day-to-day workflows. FXBC's managed print services include fast shipping, statewide coverage, fast in-field repairs and on-site training. Contact Fuji Xerox Business Centre's friendly team today for the best in service and advice.
It takes vision to believe in better, new ideas to overcome old problems, and bright minds to power Australia's future. This is your place to excel. Here, you'll think big and put your ambition into action. This is a place built to perform on the world stage. You'll find quality learning experiences matched with resources and innovative research that will inspire. Learn at your own pace, at your place, or at one of our 3 unique campuses. Experience a university that adapts to you. Our partnerships will motivate you, and our commitment to collaboration will open new doors. We acknowledge our campuses are on land with great history and wisdom to share. Thousands of generations of First Nations families have lived here, learned here, and journeyed here to connect, celebrate, and share stories. With a belief in better and a drive for excellence, we are committed to powering those who champion innovation. That's today's high achievers, tomorrow's emerging thinkers, those who are straight out of school or with years of experience. No matter where you've come from, the University of Southern Queensland believes in where you're going.
Wonderful job, FX. Technology.
Had a man last year, life goes on. Haven't let that thing loose, girl, in so long. You been inside, know you like to lay low. I've been peeping what you bringing to the table. Working hard, girl, everything paid for. First, last phone bill, car, no cable. With your phone out, gotta hit them angles. With your phone out, snapping like you Fable. And you showing off, but it's alright. And you showing off, but it's alright. It's a short life, yeah. That's a real one in your reflection. Without a follow, without a mention. You really piping up on these. You gotta be nice for what to these. I understand. You got 100 bands. You got a baby bands. You got some bad friends. High school pics. You was even bad then. You ain't stressing off no lover in the past tense. You already had them. Work at 8 a.m. Finish round 5. All down. You don't see them outside. Yeah, they don't really be the same offline. You know dog days. You know hard times. Doing overtime for the last month. Saturday, call the girls, get them gassed up. Gotta hit the club, gotta make that jump. Gotta hit the club like you hit them angles. With your phone out, snapping like you Fable. And you showing off, but it's alright. And you showing off, but it's alright. It's a short life.
Your boy, Ame.
Watch the breakdown.
Lost property, ladies and gentlemen. There's an earring been handed in, found in the ladies' toilet. You've lost your earring, it's here at the front desk.
You gotta be nice for what to these. I understand. Gotta hit the club like you hit them angles. It's a short life.
You said you down for me, give to me, why won't you live for me?
Yeah. In my white tee, yeah, call up Ike Williams for the hype, please. They gon' wipe you before you wipe me. My boxes of checks, not my Nikes. Cactus, not no iced tea. Got them bamboozled like I'm Spike Lee.
Come on. Ha, sicker than your average. Pop a twist cabbage off instinct. Just don't think, shit stink, pink gators. My Detroit players. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right, if they head right, Biggie there, every night. Papa been smooth since days of under rules. Never lose, never choose to. Bruise, cruise, who? Do something to us. Talk, go through us. Girls want to us, wanna do us, screw us. Who us? Yeah, Papa and Pump. Close like Starsky and Hutch, stick to clutch. Yeah, I squeeze 3 at your cherry M3. Bang every MC easily. Recently, frontin' ain't saying nothing, so I just speak my peace. Keep my peace. Cubans with the Jesus peace. With my peace. Packing, asking who want it. You got it, flaunt it. That Brooklyn bull, we on it.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake.
I put the NY onto DKNY. Miami, DC, prefer Versace.
That's right.
All Philly, war, know it's Moschino. Every cutie with the booty, boy, the coochie. Now who's the real dookie? Meaning who's really the right? It's 6. Frank White pushed the 6 on the Lexus LX 4.5. Bulletproof glass tints if I want some. Gon' blast squeeze first. Ask questions last. That's how most of these so-called gangsters pass. At last. Rapping about blunts and broads, is them bras, menage a trois, sex and expensive cars, and still leave you on the pavement. Condo paid for, no car payment. At my arraignment, note for the plaintiff. Your daughter's tied up in the Brooklyn basement. Face it, not guilty. That's how I stay still. Richer than richer, so you just come and get me. Come on.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so paid. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so paid.
I can fill you with real millionaires. That's cargo, my cargo. 160, swiftly. Wreck it by your new one. Your crew run, your crew run. I know you sick of this name brand new. With flows, girl, say he's sweet like licorice. So get with this, it's easy. Girlfriend, here's a pin. Call me round 10, come through, have sex on rugs, that's Persian. Come up to your job, hit you while you're working, for certain. Papa freaking, not speaking, leave that ass leaking like rapper demo. Tell them, take their clothes off slowly. Kill them with the force like Obi. It's black like Kobe, watch me roam like Romy. Lucky they don't owe me, where to say, show me, homie.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so paid. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so paid. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so paid. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so paid. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so paid.
Look, I was going to go easy on you, not to hurt you.
Sponsored by our local MP, number 4, Jacob Davis. Sponsored by Area Management Group, number 5, Cooper Dartford. Sponsored by Homeside Lake, number 7, Cameron Weber. Sponsored by number 8, Sam Hughes. Sponsored by Hot Property, number 9, Will Finkel. Sponsored by Ladies and gentlemen, would you please be upstanding? for the national anthem of Australia.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every state advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, and let us sing, advance Australia
Welcome back to the Clive Berghofer Rec Centre up here in Toowoomba. We have just witnessed the Mountaineers Women get quite a comfortable victory in the end, and that puts them top of the table, gives them a home semi-final. So the vibrancy in the crowd, the excitement is at an all-time high out here, as we've got the men putting the final preparations together in their warm-ups for this afternoon's matchup. The Mountaineers, a tale on paper that reads fairly advantageous for the Mountaineers. They currently sit in second with an opportunity to level up with the Capitals on top of the ladder. So the women have secured that spot. Today's matchup, Capitals did go down to the Gold Coast last night. So that'll tie up the wins table, and that'll bring it to an all-exciting finish next weekend at the round of fixtures to who can gain that top spot. The Capitals will have the advantage head-to-head over the Mountaineers, but that's a week away with plenty to play for before that. We see the Wizards out on court getting warmed up. A little short-staffed, so just the 6 players this afternoon. Coach Mick Scott, legend around the QBL, the Queensland basketball landscape. He's got a pretty small roster to work with today, and we do see a familiar face out there in Mountaineers legend and former Mountaineer player Ricky Fry's progeny out there, the little small Fry. Dylan in number 23, obviously a big fan of the legends that have worn that number before. So I dare say he will be in for plenty of court time, like most of these Wizards cohort this afternoon. And it's going to be no easy feat for them to match up. Mountaineers, they've got momentum. They've been able to string wins together. The stocks have been reloaded. The players are fit. Cam Webber's back for today's matchup. Jake Davis, who we saw return last week and have a super important presence down the stretch of that game. He's back on board after battling with that foot injury for a number of weeks. You've got Adam Gehrig firing on all cylinders in the bigs. Samuel Gu has been a revelation this year. Back to the bench now with Paddy Roach back from that concussion, taking the starting role, but it's a deep roster, and a roster that will probably get well used today. Sean Connolly, he's been looking for the cohesion of this team to just gel together and get a bit of flow going on, and no better opportunity to try and get a bit of that momentum happening as we got 1 week to play here against the Northside Wizards. So today's stream, we've got some fantastic sponsors that helps us out, brought to us by Queensland Outdoor Adventure Expo. So if you're looking for an outdoor adventure, go and see the team there at the Outdoor Adventure Expo, and also to GDI Property Group and FX Technologies for our live stream sponsors throughout the season. And this is the last game we will see on home court for the regular season. The Wizards attack through Jason Ngalo. Get the first bucket. Right back at him, Cam Webber. Seen that happen plenty of times. There was no bigger bucket in history on this court, I don't think, than Cam Webber firing away against this opposition many years ago to secure a finals victory on that occasion. And today we'll be looking to put a victory together to get us another game back on home court up here at the Clive Berghofer Arena. Up-tempo start, both teams. Paddy Roach worked well, got a good seal there. He'll shoot two, be rewarded for his efforts off the ball. So a bloke who's come along in leaps and bounds this year, Paddy Roach, has improved tenfold on what we've seen previous seasons and really stepped up and relished the role as the starting big man. Goes 0 for 2 as Davis battles around athletically on the rebound. There, eventually does stay with the Wizards, so Ngalo to attack off the dribble. So Mountaineers showing a little switching man, I think. Sam Wall attacks by Ngalo. Tough bucket there off the left too. The floater elevated, so it's a pretty hot start to the game for Jason Ngalo. One of the challenges the Mountaineers were sort of looking at, especially on the defensive end, its shots are dropping left, right and centre. Gehrig joins the procession. So one of the challenges for the Mountaineers is their ability on the defensive end to stay in front of a player. Van der Westhuizen gets that one in the post, so going bucket for bucket early. Davis from three. Ooh, ugly shot off the back of the backboard there. Again, offensive transition, so Wizards looking to attack. Pushing hard. So yeah, that defensive mindset of the Mountaineers and being able to stay in front of a player and minimise that dribble penetration. Proving again tough at the start of this game. It's Harris Hawongi gets the first to go. Backs that one up. 3-point lead to the Wizards. 8 plays 5. Mountaineers settle into their set through Gehrig. Webber curling off the screen. Gets Wall in the corner. Rebound diffused from Wizards. Well defended. Gehrig used his feet well. Van der Westhuizen. Davis wide open, short off. Littlest man on the court there, hustling on the rebound, Sam Wall. Well, that'll stay with the Wizards. Now look to attack through Fry. Gets into the keyway. Wayward on the pass, finds the backboard, finds the hands of Webber as Mountaineers work in transition. Paddy Roach glides through the key and thunders one down. Big Paddy Roach gets the crowd on their feet too. It's a high arcing shot from Westhuizen. Foul on the rebound, called on the Mountaineers. 2 local referees. Experienced head of Catherine O'Brien in charge, but up-and-comer who's kicking plenty of goals on the officiating side of things in Caitlin Hornsey out there with the role of officiating this men's clash we see. Angola steps back. So Gehrig, he's been great on the offensive end. Paddy Roach turns that one over and Fry attacks. Euro steps round Roach, draws the foul. So maybe undermanned, but they've come to play here this afternoon, the Wizards. They're attacking in that offensive transition and caught the Mountaineers napping on a few occasions, so Paddy Roach will get a little breather as Seth Ham. So Seth was probably had his best game of the year here we saw a few weeks ago, where he was able to dominate inside. He's got a distinct size advantage of whoever is going to try and match up on him this afternoon. He just dwarfs the Wizards roster, and the hustle of Vander Westhuizen out rebounds there, Seth Ham. So he can't just rely on having that additional size to be able to get in and around this smaller Wizards lineup. So there we see Seth in the block looking to operate. Spins. Good move there, but found Davis on the dish. Davis baseline jumper's good.
Jacob Davis.
It's a good extra pass there from the Mountaineers set. Through Seth Ham. Looking to facilitate, showing he's got a few tricks up his sleeve. Zangalo attacks, gets through. Team foul called. Zangalo. So he's providing problems for the Mountaineers defence early on here in the first term. See Cooper Sparksman check in. So Sam Wall got the start, interestingly enough, there tonight. Sparksman, who's been the starting point guard all season. A little change of tactics there from Coach Sean Connolly. Maybe looking to hit the ground a bit quicker. It's Jason Angalo levels us up. We're 9 apiece, 4 minutes in. Weber gets a look from the short corner, short of everything there. They push in transition again, so great look, and Garlow. He finds Tyson Warren on the transition, filling the lane, so he's rewarded for his efforts to get down the court. Something that Mountaineers will be looking to stop. Seth Ham just manhandles his way in against Harris Wahongi. Too big, too strong. I don't think if he works hard and gets that catch in the low block, there's going to be anybody out there that can really stop him. So an opportunity for Ham to probably get what he wants in the matchups here this afternoon. Mason Keogh will check in, gives Ngalo a little breather, so I think keeping some petrol in his tank's going to be imperative for the Wizards' chances here this afternoon. Mountaineers now look to extend some full court pressure. It's Keogh found a wide open Seth Ham there. Kicks out. Gehrig in transition three, short. It's a great look, great pass there, Westhuizen. Found Warren run the lanes again, so pinpoint accuracy on the outlet. Nice spin from Westhuizen, fading away, and that's a great finish there. So Wizards back in front, 1 point. And that defensive stoppage for the Mountaineers is proving troublesome. Davis slashes baseline. Good look from Ham, so that's good combinations early there through Ham and Davis. Wizards, that half court or that full court transition offense is really what they're looking to get first and foremost. It's Davis short on a little mid-range jumper. He's got Fry attacking, goes at the body of Ham. Weber strolls into transition three, shoots. So end-to-end stuff here. Mountaineers are happy to play that game and go bucket for bucket, end for end, shot for shot with the Wizards. Well, two-man game defended. Fry gets past. Ham, Keogh can't finish. Ham cleans it up. Wizards in transition again. That man, he likes to push the ball. He's got some jets too. Tyson Warren elevates. Drops that. So the offensive transition of the Wizards just proving a tough cover for the Mountaineers early on. They've got 15 points, and I dare say they've probably got 13 of those in the open court. Seth Ham wanders through, drops a bucket. So he's got 4 points early, Seth Ham. Coming off the bench, Sam Gu, the young 16-year-old talent that we've seen grasp an opportunity through injury and enhanced game time this year, and he's taken it with both hands and showed that he's definitely got the ability to play at this level. And Seth Ham continues to light it up, so he's got 7. He's just been an injection of offense, Seth Ham. It's on the defensive end, and I think their worries or the concerns would probably go. Webber's guarding Warren. He finds a nice little flaring Dylan Fry, who hits the corner too. Read that one. Harris Wahongi. Thought we might get a bit of showtime. The whole Wizards bench was up and about there. Angola. Still up the court pressure now. Wizards turn that one over. Great outlet from Keogh. He finds that run and Warren. Heavy foul from Jake Davis. So some poor offensive options there from the Mountaineers. Easy turnovers leading in feeding this transition for the Wizards, and they've got the lead early on. 19 plays 17. So looking at the paper, looking at the ladder coming into this game, watching the teams warmed up, you might have thought that Mountaineers would have an opportunity to probably have it a little their own way today, but it definitely hasn't been the case. Wizards understaffed. They've got some players out there that haven't had that much experience at this QSL level either, where they are now getting that opportunity, and for what we've seen this afternoon, they're taking this with both hands, grasping it well, and the attack or the penetration that they've been able to put together in transition is just proving a little too much for the Mountaineers. I think Sean Connolly would really like to see that outlet pass or that ball stopped in transition, to be able to slow those. Some of the full court passes are very much a reminder of seeing some old basketball legends. Trevor Grieve heaving one from end to end. The age-old warrior, they still battles it on locally and shows a few tricks. Tyson Warren will shoot 2. Two for 2 there for Warren, so a 4-point lead to Northside Wizards. Sam Gu picked up his dribble, 5 seconds there, so just got him a little flustered here, the visiting Wizards. Visiting Wizards. Get it up. Mason Keogh, the youngster. He's got the ball in his hands. Westhuizen gets a bit of space, steps back. Front of rim, pops over. Comes off the structure. The ball will stay with the Mountaineers. So, look, the offensive end's probably not the problem that we see out there at the moment. They got 17. It's the 21 in the first 8 minutes that the Wizards have been able to put together. I think that's going to prove problemsome for the Mountaineers. But here we see on the offensive end, Cooper Sparksman calls up Seth Ham. Cam Webber just put the heel on the line there, looking to take off and get to the bucket. Stepped out of court. Chance for the Wizards to extend this lead. Angola back on the court. He's been electrifying this first quarter. Keogh kicks around. He's got Warren looking for the short corner three. Seth Ham refuses the rebound. So a bit stunned, the crowd, the local crowd there. A bit quiet. As Weber cuts through, elevates, shoots a little free throw jumper. So Sparksman, he's got the job in trying to stay in front of Angola, which is probably easier said than done from what we've seen. Great look, just deflected from Ham. Weber slashes low, corner three, back-to-back buckets. Cam Weber, captain, the veteran, back from Sydney, making his time on court count. Dylan Fry just slashes there off the on-bound slips. Early, well found by Harris Wahongi. 28 to play. Got a 7-second shot clock differential here. Will Mitchell getting no respect there from Wahongi. Standing back in the keyway, daring him to shoot. Sam Goo stays with the play, gets the bucket on the second chance. Wizards down one, chance to go into the quarter time break. Leaders now go through it. Angola just loses there. Handle a little bit. Shots unsuccessful. Rebound Mitchell. 24 plays 23. Probably a little tighter affair than what we'd envisioned here. Mountaineers, they've come out early on. 24 points, they'd be happy with that. The 23 for the Wizards. The transition buckets have been absolutely killer for the home team. Unable to control the attack off Angola. And then the running or the filling of the lanes and speed of Tyson Warren has just been a little too much for the transition defence of the Toowoomba Mountaineers so far. So we'll see what Sean Connolly, I know, speaking with him after the game last week where they saw them sneak home. He was looking to try and get a few of his guys to be able to defend that on-ball situation a little better, being able to stay in front of a player, contain their man, and then make something happen off the ball. They're just getting beat a little too easy, and that's continued out here today. So that might be a big focal point. Might see some personnel changes there for somebody who's able to put their hand up and stay in front of their player. I think that will go a long way to securing a bit more court time. So there could be an opportunity for a young guy. I think we might see young Rafaro Zimbawa check into the game here too. So the scene is set for a guy like him to come in, make an impact on the defensive end, being able to inspire the team, inspire the rest of the guys to jump on his back. So interesting to see how this plays out for young Rafaro. Is another great player that's come through that Toowoomba Grammar School program that's been put together by Cabe Ciccolini. He's done an outstanding job over there. Tied up the GPS Premiership last season with a young squad, so they'll be looking to go back-to-back as they kick off here shortly too. And the Mountaineers program is definitely a beneficiary of what's happening up there. We see a guy like Rafaro and also Sam Goo be out there combining once again to try and get those Toowoomba Grammar combinations going out here at the QSL level. See that first quarter statistics. The Mountaineers did lead 24-23, led all scorers by Cam Webber, backed up by Seth Ham. Cam Webber at 8, Seth Ham 6. And for the visitors, fairly even spread. Tyson Warren was rewarded for that transition activity he was able to bring to the table. He's got 6 points. Angolo's got nearly 5. So Warren looks to attack and find Angolo. So kick out now through Keogh. He steps through, tough bucket. He gets it to go though, so a good little look from Mason Keogh, and that'll all scorers. 6 players on the bus up the hill, and 6 players hit the court, 6 players hit the scorecard. So well-rounded performance thus far from the Wizards. They've got a 1-point lead. Seth Ham tries to continue the hot hands. Front of the rim. Out of court. Angola. Ball bobbles around. Warren stays on it. Put back rebound. So you can't take aim at the desire being shown here by the Wizards. They could have come up here and rolled over, but that's definitely not the case. As any Mick Scott, they're going to compete hard from start to finish. Mick Scott coached team. Will Mitchell comes up with the offensive rebound. Sam Goo bombs away. So the offensive prowess of Sam Goo continues. Inside, outside, he's got plenty of strings to his bow, attributes to his game. It's just an exciting commodity. Look forward to following the journey of Goo as it continues on to wherever it may end. As Guy nearing the end, Cam Webber looks to bustle his way in. He draws the foul. Angola commits his first foul. So that'll be something the Wizards, they're not in any trouble with it yet, but with the 6 players, no doubt they won't want to get anybody up into the foul trouble situation. Pretty reliable from the free throw line. Cam Webber makes the first. Good on the second. Attack from the Wizards. Block there. Dylan Fry staying with the play once again. So undersized, but equal to the task. Pushing hard. Seth Ham, guarded by Fry. He's got Goo, so Goo looking to operate. Not much happening off the ball here for the Mountaineers. Let Ham, shot clock winding down. Burrows his way in, muscles his way through, but overcooks it from close range. Angolo, great feed, finds Keogh filling the lane, so well executed. Keogh, back-to-back buckets. Picks the pockets of the Mountaineers, so young Mason Keogh relishing some time on the court in the QSL. Twin Towers in there. Will Mitchell, great dish. Seth Ham, so he's facilitating from that low block. He's obviously going to create a bit of a presence and attract a bit of attention. He's been able to feed off that and get the Mountaineers offense started. Backdoor cut from Harris Wihongi. And it's a little too easy on the offensive end for the Wizards. They settle into a pretty laid-back man-to-man. They're not going to respect these shooters too much until they start hitting a few shots. Webber got a wide-open look on that occasion. It's West Husen. Looks to find a slashing Dylan Fry. Tipped out. Baseline set play coming for the Wizards. They got 9 on the shot clock. Used all the allocated timeline to be able to score that as Angola just out-wanting them here, the Wizards. You can see on those offensive rebounds, Mountaineers, they're not putting a body on a player, and it just looks like they want it more. It looks like they're the team with more to play for. The Mountaineers looking to get into equal top position into this afternoon's matchup as Mitchell backs around and shows a few wily old veteran tricks and spins and finishes with the left. But yes, the Wizards have definitely coming up to be a pushover here. Sam Wall gets in the grill of Mason Keogh. Vander Westhuizen hands off to Keogh, so it's a bit of a timid start from Keogh, but he's settled into the game now. That one's a bit wayward, but good attack being shown from Keogh. He's not going to back down against the more experienced Mountaineers outfit. Gehrig is guarded by Angola. A little hop and a gather there, Gehrig, but all called legal. Gets the bucket to go. It's a 2-point game. Northside Wizards, the visitors, do lead the home team, Toowoomba Mountaineers, 37-35. So they look to attack two-man game. Dylan Fry, so he's been good. He's been able to slip some screens. He's working off the pick and pop, the little pick and roll there. He gets fed and draws the foul, and he'll shoot a bonus one. So just playing some pretty good no-nonsense basketball from the Wizards. There's nothing spectacular what they're doing. They're just the bread and butter, putting it together. High arcing shot there from Fry, and nearly straight through the net without even rustling a feather. Gehrig. Inbounds to Weber. He's got Wall slicing through. Baseline three from Gehrig. Mitchell. He's got little Fry. Steps through. Might have a little bit to chat here. So they've seen each other doing battle through the local A-grade courts a few years ago. It was Angola. It's a three from deep, so 6-point lead for the Wizards. They're definitely not going to go away. They push. Here's Angola, puts the Jets on. He finds Westhuizen. Stripped from Gehrig. Ball kicks out, back to Angola. Looks to attack off the dribble. He's got Weber in front. Fry. Foul on the arm, and Gehrig, he'll get the bucket. Dylan Fry. Back in the hometown. He's been good, Dylan. Elevating, showing that athleticism. Showing more athleticism than the old man, Ricky Fry, getting around the courts. Still, he's a wily old veteran, but as you can see, he's taught the young fella a few tricks of the trade. It would have been a great fella to learn off. Ricky Fry back in the glory days, the late 90s, mid-90s of the Toowoomba Mountaineers program. So Sean Connolly's got a few things to resolve over there. The 45 points for the Wizards outfit. We've still got 4 minutes here to play in the half. So yeah, any team that goes, well, if you go at 100 points a game at the 10-minute era, you're going along pretty well, and they're well ahead of that pace at the moment, and they don't look like slowing. So unless something changes on the defensive end here for the Mountaineers, they might find themselves having to put up plenty of buckets just to keep among the tails, keep holding the tails of the this Wizards outfit. It's Dylan Fry. He'll go to the line. Chance at back-to-back 3-point plays for Fry. Keep an eye on this one. It's high again, and that high arc gets a soft roll, and that's good for Fry. He'd be in double figures for tonight. Again, Wizards in this man-to-man. They're playing off. Under the screen they go. So they really are just willing to let the Mountaineers fire away from deep if they're going to be beaten by the 3-point shot, then they're happy to go down by that. But their tactics shown on the defensive end are definitely paying dividends throughout this first half, as Weber got 2 bites of the cherry, but still comes up short. Warren and Angola, the 2 men that have been leading the offensive transition for the Wizards. They pull it out in a half-court set here through Westhuysen. He's wide open, top of the key. That one's short. Fry. Stays with the Wizards, so good hustle there from Dylan Fry. Some Mountaineers settle back into a 2-3 zone off this inbound. Again, there hasn't been too many shots from deep go for the Wizards. They've been able to get that penetration, just as we see. Paddy Roach comes up there, so they've been able to really penetrate the defensive structure of the Mountaineers fairly easily. Gehrig comes up with a untidy play, but gets the bucket, gets the deficit back to 7 here for the Mountaineers. Got 2.5 to play here in the first half. It's Warren. Mitchell comes out. Ball kicks around to Van der Westhuizen. Paddy Roach working hard. He's got a small Keogh on his back. There's Weber.
3 points.
Hits that one from deep. Cam Weber doing what he does best. Little Keogh, short corner 3. End-to-end stuff here. Paddy Roach, Sam Wall. The Mountaineers look to attack through the defensive set. Keogh joined by somebody here. Outdoor Adventure Expo.
There you go.
Who have I got?
Bob Carroll.
Bob Carroll from Outdoor Adventure Expo. Live stream
mate.
sponsor today.
Yes.
How are you?
Very well.
It's
Fantastic.
Good. I tell you, it's been a good game. Good game to sponsor. The women's game was a great result and secures top of the table for the women. How do you tell us a little bit about the Queensland Outdoor Adventure Expo?
Well, it's just an annual event that we hold here in July. It's on the 28th, 30th of July this year at the Toowoomba Showgrounds. adventureexpo.com.au has got all the details. And it's caravan camping, outdoors, 4-wheel driving, fishing, anything you'd need to do in your leisure time. So when you're not here having a great time with the basketball at the USQ, you could be out there enjoying yourself and a holiday time. Right now is a great time for people to get outside with all the latest gear, destination information, going off-grid, which means you don't have to go to a caravan park and plug into 240. So all of that information is there. It's a fabulous event.
Outstanding. And that's a couple of day event out there?
Yeah, 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, open from 8:30am daily. We bring all the manufacturers from around Australia of the very latest products in that lifestyle and leisure field. So it's a real showcase. If you've never considered going into caravan or camping or off-road, this is a good place to
Unlock
go and
your sense of adventure at the Queensland Outdoor Adventure Expo.
Off-roading and
from the 28th to 30th of July, get to the Toowoomba Showgrounds for the ultimate showcase in quality caravans, camper
and get up
trailers,
to date with what's going
4x4
on.
vehicles.
So how have we
fishing
seen the
gear,
adventure
outdoor
industry? Obviously,
accessories,
we had
and
the
more.
hiccup of
entertained with
amongst the
daily
world
shows
of the
and
COVID situation and the
indulge in
lockdowns. Was
delicious
that the adventure
Pre-purchase
industry,
your
I
tickets online
assume, would have
at
sort of gathered some momentum and people
and
starting to
save
explore
10%
their
off.
own
Yeah.
backyard?
The Queensland
You're absolutely
Outdoor
correct.
Adventure Expo.
What COVID
Don't miss
did
out.
was it restricted people. They couldn't go interstate for a long period of time. They couldn't travel around Queensland very much. So when they had the opportunity to move, they reassessed what they were doing with their lifestyle and their home weekends and holiday time. And caravan camping was already a growth industry. COVID just accelerated it, and it continues to grow now.
And there is so many hidden gems just in and around our own region here. There's so many hidden gems that you get the right equipment,
Yeah.
and you get the ability. We got any specials there? You probably don't want to reveal your best secrets, but any
I think,
ideas
look,
that people could get out and have a look at?
I think if you got in your vehicle and drove
From the 28th to 30th of July, get to the Toowoomba Showgrounds for the ultimate showcase in quality caravans,
and that is
camper
what people don't really understand. We've got a lot of people that would live in Toowoomba and probably lived here for a long time, and yet they still haven't got out and explored. You can go fishing. Gem fossicking has become real popular. Mountain biking has become extremely popular. It's something you can do with a family. Bushwalking. You've got some marvellous destinations south of here, Warwick, around the ranges. Look, just marvellous ways to explore and just enjoy the very best of what's around here. We have some of the best destinations for holidaying and mountain biking and walking and just doing those sorts of things in the world.
Yeah, that's outstanding. And no doubt all of that information plus much, much more will be available out at the Adventure Expo.
Yes.
Out at the showground. So great supporters too of the Mountaineers program. It's
it's been a fabulous day.
It's been a great season too for the Mountaineers, and we've got it 1 week away next weekend, but we're going to be back here, so it's pretty exciting times for the program. And thank you for your support of this, because of course nothing like this program can happen without supports of some great local companies and local industries supporting local players out there and some talent out there. Have you got a bit of a tip for us out here? This one's probably a little bit closer than I would have thought it was going to be. But
I actually said to my wife, I said, looked like the Wizards had sent the schoolboy team up. They looked a bit small, a bit undersized, but I can tell you what, they're demons on this court.
Tell you what, they've come. Their desire is second to none, and the opportunities that these young guys are getting, and they're taking it with both hands. So they've been super impressive as Angol looks to get to the bucket to finish it off with a half.
And that number 8, for example, he is just very determined. And I think we saw that in the girls, the women's team as well. Very determined Mountaineers, and they played hard, take no prisoners. And I think by the end of the game, I thought at one stage I was watching rugby league the way they were playing so hard.
There was bodies on the court there later on. It's all Laura Conway, and don't know what happened in the Francis Donders incident. But there's a few.
It was good to watch.
It was exciting basketball, and it's a great afternoon out here at the Rec Centre watching the Mountaineers game. So,
and I encourage people, if you haven't been out here for a while, get out here and support it. When the games are on, come and support it, because they deserve it. These people are playing really hard, and they're representing the Mountaineers in this region very, very well. So congratulations to all of them, and to you as well for this brilliant live streaming. It's a fabulous setup.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that and appreciate your time. If people do want to get involved with the Outdoor Adventure Expo, how do they get more info, or where do they go to find out? Yeah,
good question. adventureexpo.com.au has all the details, and they have our contact details in there. As if companies want to exhibit, if they've got products they want to showcase, it's a good time to do it. Mid-year, you're coming out of winter, and people are looking for it. So if you want to visit it, you can get your tickets online. That gives you a saving, plus you get express entry at the gate, and lots to see and do, and good buying at the event as well. So whenever you buy there, you're bound to get a good incentive or a benefit by buying off the exhibitors we've got probably 150 different companies from the Eastern Seaboard, and the biggest range of caravan camping and all that sort of stuff in one spot. So it's a great opportunity to come and explore it.
Yeah, outstanding. And that is the 28th
to the 30th of
July. 30th of July. So just around the corner. Mountaineer season probably finishing up, and an opportunity then to kick it on and continue out to the showgrounds to have a look at that. Thanks for your time. We've got a game on our hands here. 47 plays 42. The Wizards have got a 5-point lead. We're going to take a break. We're going to join the ever-entertaining Johnny Gilson down centre court to watch the action in the half-court shoot. Someone might pick up a few bucks. They might be able to come out and spend at the Expo. So thanks for your time, Bob. All the best for the support for the Mountaineers, and all the best with the Expo in a couple of weeks.
Appreciate it.
See you out there.
Okay, great. Fantastic.
Do you want to nominate somebody else to shoot for you, or do you want to shoot yourself?
Maybe someone else.
Who would you like?
Well, because they're all saying Hallie Shipman, I'm going to do that.
Hallie Shipton, come on down! My $500 is at risk here. The other morning at night of training, she put 4 in out of 5 from halfway. What about you? Have you practiced this at Downlands?
Little bit.
A little bit. So he's raring to go. All right, get out of here, you two. Now you can come out with us, huh? All right, just leave those there, buddy. Here we go. We're shooting this direction. I know. Now you got a choice, mate. You can go $500 from the halfway. You can go $100 from the three-point line, or $50 from the free throw.
I'll go for 3-point.
Three-point line. Okay, here it is. This is for $100. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Downlands College, brought to us at magnificent costs, we have Noah shooting the three-point line for $100. Hands up, everybody. When you're ready, Noah. We give him another go? All right, we'll give him another go. All good people at Downlands. Okay, here we go. Noah, hands up. Oh, we hit the ring this time. Noah, don't go away because you might get a bonus. Now, Hallie, this is the girl that's going to win the prize. You're shooting. Yes, come on. You ready to go? Hands up! Ooh! Do you want to give her another go? Okay, this time it's $100. Is that fair? Yeah. What? $200. Right, $200 halfway. This is it. Oh, all right, come over here. Come over here, you two. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give. Where are you? Noah, come here. You got a choice. Bob, come out here, Bob. What do you think Mum and Dad would prefer to go to, the movies or to the Outdoor Adventure Expo?
Probably the movies.
The movies? Oh, come this side of me. Don't talk to Bob. He's a dangerous man. Okay. Now, you've won the movie pass. Don't go away because you might win the wallets yet. You got no choice. Is Mum and Dad, are they four-wheel drive experts?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Where are you, Mum? Where are you? Put your hand up. Dad, you like to go to Outdoor Expo? You got it. A family pass. Come down here, big fella. And there, Bobby. Now, we get to the cash. Okay? This is the cash time. Catch the wallet. You've got... Oh, Jesus, it's all gone. I'm broke. No, not. There's a bit of money left in this. Who goes first, the boy or girl? Girls first. Come out here. Now put that down there. Yeah, Dad, you can have that. What are you doing kneeling? Oh, you can kneel if you want to. Ready. Catch it before it at the ground and you've got all the money that's in it. Oh, you try. Noah. Now, Noah, are you praying hard? Hey, we're the Red Frogs people. We better have a word of prayer first, eh? Yeah. Let's go. He got it! Ho, 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 ho. Prayer works. Yes, sir. Take the money out. Oh, no, in the next pocket. Oh, yes, it's a $10 note. Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Matilda. Thanks, Dad. Thank you. Great effort. Great effort. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the semi-final for the girls will be on here in a fortnight's time. At this stadium, either Saturday night, probably Saturday night, a fortnight from last night. So put it in your diary. And hopefully you'll be watching the men and the women. Come here, Georgia. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have a return home. This is Georgia Bolton. We all remember Georgia. How long are you home for?
Until August.
Until August. How's college going?
It's all right. It's okay. I'm injured at the moment, so.
Are you well, how does that feel?
It'll probably hurt a little bit.
So what college are you at?
University of St. Francis.
University of St. Francis. Do they have red frogs over there?
What's red?
Red frogs is where the young people go around. There they are, the red frogs. They go around helping people, young people in need. But anyway, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Well done. Georgia Bolton, ladies and gentlemen. All right, out here in the ball, you two. Oh, we'll have to do a three-quarter time. Can we wait? Our three-quarter time, we're going to have a shootout between Digital Dynamics and Channel 7. Hey, just wait around for that. That's big time. Hey, and don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we got the 50-50 here. Harry's got a few more tickets left. If you haven't already put some money into the Positive Choice through basketball program, this is the University of Southern Queensland and basketball program, then come down and Harry will sell you a ticket. $2 a ticket, three for $5, 7 for $10, as many as you like for $50.
Okay, here we go, third quarter. Need some help from the crowd for our knees. Let's hear it from the boys. Put your hands up in the air, put your hands up.
Welcome back. We're back. Halftime break has come and gone. We're back into the action where the Mountaineers do trail the visiting Northside Wizards 47 plays 42. So a good half for the Wizards. They've been able to pocket plenty of points. And Dylan Fry comes up short in their first chance of the second half, but he does lead all scorers for the Wizards. He's got 12 points. The half is Gehrig from deep. No good. Webber has that one bobble round, stays with ball. But at the half, Dylan Fry, he's got 12 points, 3 rebounds to go along with that for the Wizards. He's well backed up, though, by Jason Angolo, who's also in double figures. But a well-rounded performance. Every player has really been able to contribute on the scoreboard, especially for the Wizards. And for the Mountaineers, captain Cameron Webber, he's got 13, and it goes down multiple players on 6 with Mitchell, Gehrig, and Seth Ham, who had a good little run for that start of the second quarter. But the tail of the tape, I think, has been on the defensive end for the Mountaineers. The transition buckets of the Northside Wizards. It's been an absolute killer for the Mountaineers. Paddy Roach, Cam Webber to stay with the play. They get the first points of the half. Closes the gap to 3. So across the board, it's been fairly even. Other than that, the 14 turnovers from Toowoomba hasn't been a help in setting the Wizards off and running on these transition buckets. So if they can control the ball better, that's what they'll be looking to do to get themselves back in the game. And then if they can step up, stay in front of the man on the defensive end, they'll be trying to put themselves in a position to co-lead the top of the ladder alongside Brisbane Capitals with 1 week to go in this QSL regular season. Sangolo comes up short. Gehrig attacks Fry. Did enough to get him into a tough shot. Gehrig force that one up. Davis flashing off that double high at the inbound. Gets Gehrig. Gehrig and Weber dribble handoff. So easy bucket, just wide open. Weber didn't have to do too much there. Wizards opted to try to slip under that one. And Weber ties us up at 47. Hongi tries to answer. Sam Wall using that momentum. Coming back in transition, Davis is fouled and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Jake Davis, so he's had a quiet first half. Just the 2 field goals for Jake, 4 points. So we did see him take over the game at the back end, fourth quarter last week. That experience that he has. Goes back of the rim on that visit. Adjusts. Successful on the second. Sam Wall up in the grill of Angola. Angola though flies past, opts to kick it out. Back resets this set for the Wizards. Warren's out in the 3-point line. Not much happening for the Wizards. Shot clock winding down. Yeah, pretty scrappy play. They just seem to really not have any sort of structure there. They were following on that set. It's Weber and Roach bustled down in the corner. They've got Davis in the short corner attacking. Finds Weber. He loves this. He's just a little deep. Foot out of court. Bucket won't count there for Weber. Just a couple times. Just the sizing of the court awareness has caught the maybe some new boots there for Weber. A bit extra hanging out the back of the foot. Angola, bad position to pick up. The play had Davis attack him, but it's a great, we've spoken about the desire shown from this Wizards outfit, and in that instance committed the turnover, Angola, and it was easy to just let the Mountaineers roll through and get the bucket and then come back and try again, but he stayed with the play, and to his credit was able to worry the Mountaineers out of the points and save a certain, what should have been a certain bucket for the Mountaineers. It's Cooper Sparksman checks back into the game. He comes in for Wall. So 6 players made the venture up here for the Wizards. It'll be interesting to see how that works, whether it might be an advantage, might be a disadvantage, whether they are able to keep up this aggression and transition tempo that they've instilled in the first half as Angola fires away unsuccessfully. Great little find inside. Paddy Roach on the cover defence though. Has no piece of that. Foul's called. Here's a tangle ups on a off the ball, and Paddy Roach called for the foul there. Interesting call. I think it was probably going both ways there. But Paddy Roach will take the personal. Wizards get a chance to come back and wrestle back the lead from the Mountaineers. Sangolo, he's just starting to just slow down. Van der Westhuizen pings away, offensive rebound. Angalo again, operating Warren from deep. Front on bank. If there's a man that shoots a front on bank any better than Tyson Warren, it's the man beside me. Matt Cox, that's your go-to, isn't it?
Yeah, that's about the only shot I can make, mate.
Yeah, front on bank, yeah, I'll tell you what. They're worth the same, but they just don't feel as good, do they?
No, not quite. But I'll take 2 points anytime.
Yes, mate. Great afternoon for you guys. You were able to. Oh, Davis falls hard on the top of Warren there. So he's rumbling around on the court. Come down heavy on the back there, Jake Davis, for a guy who's just come back from injury too. He might be feeling a bit sore and sorry after that landing. Definitely wouldn't get a 10 on the gymnastics scorecard, mate. That one was a bit all over the shop. But anyway, to you guys, I think that secures you top spot on the ladder for the season, regardless of what happens next week. Obviously, both teams today, it's a top-of-the-table clash. Winner would gain ascendancy. That will give you the split over Wizards, so it should put you at an unassailable lead at number 1.
Yeah, I think so. The only thing is if Brisbane do end up winning out and we were to drop next week's game, Brisbane do have the split on us by 1 point, so that would be the only way that we'd get knocked out of first. But we've locked up a home semi-final with a win today, so incredible effort from our girls.
Outstanding. And if say we do get to that point, we'll have a home semi-final. Does it carry on the home series final should everything go your way? So the GF potentially could be, so secure that top position, and that'll be potentially a grand final we could see in the Garden City.
Yeah, which will be massive. The highest seed will get to host the home grand final. So, a win next week will put us into top spot, and then hopefully a semi-final win gets us back here for the grand final, potentially against Northside or Brisbane, and that'll be a great contest for the city of Toowoomba.
And, mate, you had your poker face on last week. Yep, Mia Stow was in the street clothes last week. No, she's not playing. There's no time. Next week, here you go, kit it up. She probably took off where she left off last year too on the rebounding front, and a massive boost, I guess, for the roster. But you did kit her up today, and she's joined us as well. But was that the plan all along, mate? You just kept your cards under the table and a bit sneaky there last week?
Oh, yeah, we knew, I guess, the Firebird season finishing aligned with our last 2 games, and there's an opportunity. Mia was very keen, and Mia's a fantastic player. Any chance I can get to put her in the lineup, she'll certainly be there. But I guess having Gabby Seaby away, who's actually at a netball tournament today, and then Kim succumbing to an injury last week, it only reaffirmed that we needed Mia in the lineup a lot more. And we thought that we were going to have the matchup with Saskia Guinness today, but she ended up playing NBL 1 in Darwin last night. So
13 seconds, good trip.
Yeah, see the sights of Darwin. I'm sure it was fantastic. You get a couple of coffees. But yeah, I guess all of those things, particularly a home game too, where we saw Mia was absolutely outstanding, was our team's MVP despite only playing 8 games. And I think she put on a show today, and she was huge and instrumental in us getting the W.
And Mia, seeing you guys, obviously you've had a big season with the Firebirds coming back, like being in and around the Mountaineers, and I see even just the interactions on the social media and those sort of things. What does it mean just to be able to come back and have a run, I guess, a bit of fun, even though it is a serious competition, but the fun of being able to get back and play for the Mountaineers?
Yeah, I think it is quite refreshing. Like playing at the elite level for a sport can be very serious, and there's a lot of pressure and stuff. So to come back and play basketball, like I've played it since I was 8, so I've always loved the game, and just to do something different, it was just really good to be back out on court.
And how's the adjustment going back from netball to basketball? Similar to the naked eye, but no doubt they're probably totally different games. The adjustment of coming back. I see you probably still haven't forgotten how to rebound by the stats sheet.
I think I was blowing for a bit at one stage. It is a little bit different, the conditioning level compared to netball, but it took me a while to get back into it, but I guess the rebounding is just instinct, I guess, but my shots weren't great, but that's okay, surely that'll come back eventually.
And for you, Matt, that was a solid game, I think a good performance. Again, a little slow out of the blocks though.
Yeah, we didn't start the way that we wanted to, and obviously that I've spoken, quite openly about that the past couple of weeks, and it was a little bit frustrating to see that once again. But we threw like an all junior lineup there towards the end of the first quarter, and we rode them again the start of the second quarter, and I really thought that set us up for the win today. It showed us the blueprint of how we'd spoken about that we wanted to play, and they put it, out on the court and into production. And I thought that was a huge moment in the game that really set us up for winning it. And credit to everyone that came in after that. They just continued to play the right way, and we were able to keep running it out.
Some great performances too. Kirsten Lawrence just showed how basically undefendable she is when she does that work to get a good catch underneath the bucket. Seth Hand, another undefendable guy when he chooses to be, bombs a three. How she's just pretty much unstoppable from anybody when she can get a catch in around that charge circle.
Yeah, like we've been riding Kirsten a lot all season, how dominant of a player she could be, but there needs to be a little bit of hard work first. And over the last couple of weeks, we've started to see that from her, and she started becoming, a really active force down low. Hopefully Mia can attest to it, but on Thursday night I thought Kirsten was absolutely outstanding. Like, it was probably the best we've ever seen her in her time here, and she reproduced that today here on the court. Like, much deeper seals than previous, and you can't stop her at the QSL level once she gets in there. So I couldn't be more proud and happy for Kirsten.
And to see Charlotte Melksham as Warren tries to stuff one back on the putback. So to see her a little bit timid to kick off this game, but that sort of went away, and she got back into the aggression we saw early on in the season. Drifted away mid-season, but we saw glimpses of that last week, and she was able to, I guess, take another step forward today.
Yeah, I thought she was fantastic today, and we obviously gave her the player of the game. She was fantastic for us to start the season, and probably fell into a little bit of a lull and lost her way a little bit, lost a little bit of confidence, and she's such a confidence player. But we've really challenged her in the past couple of weeks to play with a bit more freedom, and that we accept the mistakes, because the greatness that we get out of her from that is so valuable. And she grew wings today, I thought, and playing Northside means something a little bit more to her, where that's her junior club, and we couldn't be more proud and happy of the contribution that Charlie gave us today.
Sam Gu, you'll go to the line to shoot two there. So on to next week, you got a matchup. Is it Saturday night against Gold Coast?
Yeah, Saturday afternoon against Gold Coast.
Saturday afternoon.
They had a good win yesterday against RIP, which puts them one game ahead of RIP. So, they're hunting for that fourth spot and trying to make it in the playoffs. So they'll be hungry, playing against us next week, and just as we want to continue in our winning ways, but potentially sets us up for playing them next week and then back here in a home semi-final.
How big is that to, I suppose, assert some authority or confidence, knowing that if you go down there and win, potentially they're who you're going to see in the semi-final, where it's going to be a different ball game when you're back at home, but how important is it to set that, I suppose, the confidence for the team moving forward? Following week in the finals, you've beaten a team the week before. That's got to be a massive thing.
Yeah, definitely. Especially for us, we want to keep building in momentum, and we've been a little bit frustrated at ourselves from our own doing. We haven't played to the best of our ability. We haven't seen our full potential yet. I thought we saw a lot more of it today. And we've been training really hard over the past 2 weeks, and I think that's a big thing that, the energy's really lifted around the group, and we saw it right throughout the contest. So, going down to Gold Coast, we definitely want to keep the momentum going, try out a few things, see what we have in our bag, and then hopefully get one up over them and continue that momentum all the way to the grand final.
Outstanding. And Mia on board next week. Won't be able to sneak her into finals.
We'll see what happens down the track. Yeah.
Pull some strings, play your cards. That poker face is on again. So have to try and talk to netball and try and get that season moved forward a bit for next year then.
Yeah, well, Netball Australia definitely has to do something about their schedule. So I'll be in contact.
I'm sure you're a man with a lot of pull power.
A lot of pull and power in netball. So I'll be straight onto the phone, that's for sure.
Anyway, mate, thanks for your time. We're guaranteed to be back here in a fortnight's time. So Saturday night, I think it'll be. Depending time frames, I guess, what happens next week. So keep our eyes peeled for that. But congratulations, I guess that was a big goal of the team, first and foremost for the season. You've ticked that off the box. Still plenty of work to do, but obviously the big goal's still in sight now.
Yeah, we'll just keep rolling, and we've done a great job so far, and it's not done yet. 3 more wins to go.
Awesome. So that's Matt Cox, Mia Stow from the victorious women's team. Coxie, you don't hang around. You're probably a bit sick of signing autographs after your stint on this night from last year. I see your Instagram followers went from like 6 to 9, so you've really gone up 50% there. So
yeah, I need a few more, better content to post, I think.
Yeah, well, you need to just tag James, mate. He's the boss of this show. Tag him, mate. He is an absolute Instagram king.
Yeah, I might upload a photo with Mia Stow later tonight, and then that might give me maybe 15 to 20 followers potentially.
Just ride the coattails, mate. That's the key. Yeah, just find people that've got it going on and just jump on the coattails. But anyway, we've got a tight ball game here. I think of this, probably like everyone in the stadium looking at the warm-up, 6 players on the court, blokes who hadn't played many minutes in the QSL this year. They've come out and tell you what, they've aimed up here, the Wizards, 59 apiece, 25.9 to play. This man Angola's been a tough cover. I think it's really exposed a problem that the men have had all year in being able to guard a player one-on-one, being able to shut down somebody who's got a bit of speed and a bit of ball control. Angola, he's playing up to the crowd too. He might, after knowing a few of these blokes in the crowd, playing up to them is probably not what you want to do, because it's just going to come back a bit thicker and a bit faster.
You don't want to bring this crowd to life, that's for sure. And I think that was probably the biggest observation watching the first half, is our group hasn't got up the full court defensively, which I definitely thought was something that would have been, on the scout when they looked down the bench and saw 6. And not only on the court is that intensity and pressure not there, but it's quite poor. And Gallo's in it again, trying to high-five Goo there. But the bench energy is quite poor from where I'm sitting here. So, I think that's been a little bit disappointing from the men's group today.
Yeah, we saw that last week. Last week they were able to wrestle it back late in the game and get the win. So, no doubt, Sean Connolly will be chasing that. So that's a late on the buzzer attempt there from Sparksman as the shot clock expires. As it was up, so Wizards will get 2.4 to play the last possession of this game. Yeah, we saw that last week. They were able to just get over the top, but for a team that potentially has the ability to get into top position as well.
Huge shot.
Spin through, puffs out the chest and runs back into the huddle. Cam Weber gives the lead to the Mountaineers, 62, play 61. It just doesn't look, this Wizards team looks like a team that's not going to go away. Last week we saw the 2 guards from Seahawks proving a tough cover, and again it's likely going to be that guy Angola who's going to be the thorn in the side of the Mountaineers team once again.
Yeah, just on that, Weber's been known to hit a few huge late clock threes against the Northside Wizards, so maybe that brings some demons back and sparks a fire under Cam there. But yeah, Northside, looking at the stat sheet from the half, and we'll get the third quarter one shortly, 32 of their 47 points had come in the paint. Obviously, Angola had been...
An undersized team in the paint too, so that's probably massive.
And Toowoomba being probably one of the biggest teams in the league. But it comes back to, guarding on the ball, like you said, and what I've seen so far is a lot of dribble penetration.
A former Toowoomba boy, Dylan Fry, he's been massive as well. It's showing him the 3 rebounds at the half, but if he hasn't had another half a dozen possessions there where the ball's been tipping around, may not have necessarily been able to hold on to the rebound, but the offensive rebounds he's been able to affect and give the Wizards a second chance opportunity has been massive.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Coach Connolly probably would have been disappointed with the amount of second chance opportunities that we've given Northside so far. We're a massive team. We should be controlling the rebound contests and get out and have a lot more points in transition than what we currently have had.
It really just comes down to desire. Like, this is an arm wrestle, it's an ugly game. Now it's going to come back to getting out there and wanting it more. Is it hard to do in a game? You think that you should be able to execute, you should be able to dominate a team like this, but when you've got a team out there hustling, is it hard to match? How hard is it to match that intensity of being an underdog?
I think Mia would know a little bit about this, wouldn't you, Mia? About, getting in there and giving nothing but effort.
Yeah, I guess just watching these boys, look how many bench players they have compared to the Northside. I feel like they need to run the ball a bit quicker, tire them out a bit. They've only got one sub, so. And as you said before, they're all big men. They should be winning the rebound contest as well. But yeah, I guess it does come down to the poor bench effort as well. I think they really need to pick up their game and cheer the boys on, because it definitely does a lot for people out on court.
So you see that change of defensive structure. They've gone back into a 2-3 zone here, the Mountaineers. Weber puts the acting hat on once again.
Timely drawn charge. And that was straight through the chest, Clive. I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
It was. I've never known Cam Weber to ever flop, so I don't know why I would have ever even second-guessed that call. As we got the Mountain Man Weber say big shots against the Wizards in years gone by. Sam Goo keeps that one in action. Shot clock one now. Scrappy play here. Scrappy set. Good finishes. Sparksman dishes to Goo. Stepping in short corner.
They're a much better team when Cooper can attack downhill and get his feet in the paint. We probably haven't seen enough of that from him tonight.
Sam Goo's probably played a little less minutes this game that we've seen in previous weeks, but he's been given the responsibility here in the fourth quarter, and a guy who really has no barriers like the man Adam Gehrig. He's hit some big shots this year himself, and he hits that top of the three.
First three of the night for Adam Gehrig.
Yes, the shooting hasn't been electrifying, although it's an improvement on what we've seen in weeks gone past, sort of 9 of 20, so around that 40% from three lands. But that's given them that little spurt. So this is going to be the challenge when you're short-staffed, you don't have a big rotation, you played plenty of minutes, trying to combat these 8-point runs, stay in the game and give yourself a chance to be there come the stretch. It's going to be quite the challenge for the Wizards here, but they've got the wily old veteran coach Mick Scott at the helm, so if there's anyone who can come up with any crafty contingency plays, Mick Scott would have plenty of them in the back pocket, so he'll be looking to call on the troops. They've been that good, they've shown that heart, they've shown that play, that desire for the first 31 minutes, so I hopefully for their case and the excitement of the viewers, they can continue that. We do have an 8-point game. It's showing 69-67 on your screen, but it is 69 for the home team, 61 for the visiting Wizards with possession. Interesting change up to the 2-3 zone. You think that would be to combat that dribble penetration that the Wizards have got so much out of, and it didn't really work there, but it was a tough shot from Angola.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see Northside obviously called the timeout after the run, but with Toowoomba going to that 2-3 zone and there only being 3 of 15 Northside from the three-point land, and 36 of their 61 points in the paint. I thought that's a really smart change up to plug it up from Coach Connolly, and like you said, we'll see what the Wizards have to combat that and see if they can keep getting in the lane.
Weber gets in the lane, he gets a transition bucket, stretches it to double figures, 10 points. Basically, he's packing it in and say, if you can hit shots, you can win. You can beat us, but you're going to have to do something from outside. As Warren,
ambitious lob.
It was ambitious. Jazz got a few sticks in the springs in the calves there, but not that much, Warren. So 10 points. Angola pressuring Sparksman. Weber looking to put this one to bed. Kisses to Gehrig. You like the look of that one. Left the hand in the follow through.
There's not much Adam Gehrig doesn't like the look of, I think. Northside staying very perimeter based here. Obviously, it's a big shot from Angalo, but
he just has something to say too to the crowd. Engaging in some verbals. Will Mitchell out there too, so he was a pretty heavy pick there on Warren.
Great feed, great finish.
Big Willie Mitchell working hard off the ball there, the off the ball screen. able then to slice into that low block.
It's been pretty good tonight, Will. Very efficient and used that left hand down low in the first half. Being creative in finishing around the rim, so that's going to be huge for the Mountaineers here down the stretch.
Yeah, good hand on the defensive play too from Mitchell.
Active again, low ceiling. Yes.
Good finish from Will. Did the hard work.
Commentator's curse. The activity of the Toowoomba defence is definitely lifted as maybe not.
Sangola goes from deep back to 6. So just when you think the Mountaineers might have done enough to blow this one out, Wizards have had the answer, mainly through that man, Jason Angalo. It's Webber, they're trading threes. Cam Webber leads all scorers. He's up into the 20s, looking for a little 30-piece, Cam Webber.
6-3 of the night from Cam Webber.
We've seen him do that so much to the Wizards, but Warren gets an easy bucket slicing underneath that zone. 76 plays 69. Mountaineers looking to go back to back. It's Gehrig, and again likes to look. Goo hustles hard.
Massive.
The long wingspan of Samuel Goo just reaches up and above, controls that one. The prodigy. Oh, Adam Gehrig. Adam Gehrig might have picked up a tip or two there from one of his teammates. He gets the call, technical foul, so referee Catherine Watt didn't like the response she got there from the Northside Wizards.
You're not trying to say these boys miss a night of practice and go to acting class, do you?
Oh, I don't think they've got the looks to be actors, but you've got to start somewhere. I don't know whether there was a huge amount of contact on that occasion, but enough to set Gehrig on the heels, on the haunches. More importantly, stretches the lead back to double figures for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, a compounding error there for Northside, just as they were about to get back in the game, you know. Commit the offensive foul, then get the technical, and see a deep steal, the big Will Mitchell.
Will Mitchell up against Little Fry too. Small Fry there, and Will's telling somebody about it anyway. Too small, no doubt they would have battled in the A grade up here a couple of years ago. It's Angola.
He's loving it.
He is loving the challenge, and there's plenty to say. Problem is they're down 9 at the moment, the Wizards. He's doing all he can, but watch that man, it's Will Mitchell again. Just processes underneath the bucket, gets a great feed and a good finish. Mountaineers on the back of big bad Billy Mitchell.
Yeah, he's been fantastic.
Has been 11, and he's, I guess, matching desire of the Wizards, the desire that they were showing. There's probably no better bloke you can put out on the court for the Mountaineers than a bloke like Will Mitchell. There's no one that would wear their heart on their sleeve more than what Will does, and the effort that he gives you out week in, week out. Whatever you're playing, you'll probably get the same from Will Mitchell.
Yeah, you said it before, and go back to that word, desire. Will Mitchell is all about desire, and he'll do whatever it takes for his teammates to get the job done, and he has. He's just been desirable to get hit in the post, low seals, great hands, great finishes, and his teammates have found him, and that's exactly what the Mountaineers needed coming into this fourth quarter, just as you said, Steve.
Desirable? I don't know whether it's a word that has been used to describe Will Mitchell too often, but anyway, it just did then. But he's been a massive impact on both the offensive, defensive end, and a huge reason why they're out to 11 points. Look, a comfortable buffer, but we've seen this before, and we've seen it last week, seen it the week before. Mountaineers, they can tend to knock off, so they'll be looking, I think Connolly would be happy to, well, not happy with where they were at the start of this quarter, but what they've done here early in the fourth, and if they can really put the foot on the throat and capitalise in this and blow it right out, I think he'd be happy with what he sees to finish off a game.
Yeah, definitely. The second half has been much better, and this quarter, the start that they've had in the first 5 minutes in particular, Much better and much lifted than the first half. Poor effort, quiet, like library-like, I guess, atmosphere that we had here. And they've done it week in, week out. They've been terrible starters for large patch of the season, but always found a way and come to life in the second half. So no doubt Sean will be a little bit frustrated with that tonight, but I guess proud and impressed that they've continued to find that way. And no doubt when we get to finals, the close game, winning the close games is what you want.
Zangalo comes up short that time down the court. Goo. Plenty of ball movement around the perimeter. Samuel waltzes in, puts up a floater. Dylan Fry secures the rebound for the Wizards. Zangalo's just gone a little cold on the offensive front for the Wizards.
And as you said before, Dylan Fry there again, active on the offensive glass, comes up with it, gives Northside another possession, which is crucial here with 3 to go.
Floor wipers call down onto the court, sop up the mess left. We've got 3:41 to play.
You know, with Cam Webber and Adam Gehrig in a lineup, the floor wipers might be charging a little bit extra in this contest.
Double cans of Coke, 2 cans of Coke at the end of the day's pay. So Mountaineers staying with this zone defence, firing away from Van der Westhuizen's no good. Sam Goo in transition. So Mountaineers looking to probably take a bit of time off the clock. Bit of a lax pass there from Webber straight into the breadbasket for the Wizards. Again, they just can't finish. Underneath, 3 minutes to play, down 10. You need everything to go your way now if you're the Wizards. And I thought they might have got away with one there, but the lazy defence from Van der Westhuizen called for the foul. Sam Goo checks out Mitchie Davis. Gets his first play of the night.
First extended run. 50 good seconds there to close the first half.
Yes, yeah, he did, yep. Might be the professional closer is Gehrig. He's looking to put a few daggers in, but hasn't been able to get them to drop here. It's a tough-looking bucket from Van der Westhuizen, showing some party tricks. That was not a bad horseplay, I don't reckon. The old spin behind the backboard and dust it over.
Yeah, to the ceiling and back.
So Mountaineers, they've come up and pulled the trigger on some early shots. Great assist there on the keeping from Harris Wahonga, the man of the moment.
About it.
Yeah. Chalked that one up. Will Mitchell was happy there, just found himself, couldn't get an easier bucket. But Mountaineers are happy just to shoot the early shot. Then 3 minutes to play, they're not looking to protect that lead.
Yeah, and a lot of the shots have come from the corner too, where Northside have been able to get out and transition. It's just fortunate that the 1 or 2 back on defence for Toowoomba has done a good job to get a stop, or Northside's made a poor decision or unluckily missed it. But yeah, definitely interesting. Where we saw last week in this same situation, Jake Davis really taking control and orchestrating the offence for the Mountaineers, but that's not happening at the moment.
No, and that's where you'd like to see a guy. I think Sam Wall's out on the court with the point guard duties at the moment. Just probably show a bit of leadership, grab that ball, set it up, slow the clock down, get deep into your shot clock, look for a good option shot at this time of the game, and really just limit the opportunities that you give to the Wizards. They can't score 11 points in 2 minutes unless you give them enough opportunities. And if you run your shot clock down, they're just the numbers game. They're physically not going to get those opportunities. But pinging away, down transition threes, they're good if they go and they feel good, but just trying to make the smart plays. And that's really probably the next step for this team to play, and the next step that they need to do. Obviously, coming into finals, they're going to be there. Whereabouts they finish, I'm not too sure. We could see them at home in the semi-final after this win, and may secure them. I think it will be a numbers game coming to the back, but they've got a tough match up next week against Gold Coast Rollers, who may sit mid-table, but they've been able to filter back a pretty decent roster of their NBL 1 team and some guys they've got coming back from the college system, which, speaking to Sean last week, that he's probably the team to watch if they can make some waves, akin to what the Mountaineers women were last year. It's fighting just didn't quite get there, but if they can make that 4, they're going to be a tough matchup for whoever they're against.
Yeah, and we recently on Friday night had a big win over Brisbane, who currently holds the first spot on the table. So
yeah, so this will tie. So Mountaineers get over the line. Hold on here. This will tie them up win-loss with Capitals. With Capitals got 2 games to play next weekend, and obviously Capitals have got the head-to-head over Mountaineers again in the men's side of things. So they really need Capitals to drop another game next week. Go and beat the Gold Coast. So look, destiny's in their own hands, I guess, but it's going to be a tough ask down at the Gold Coast. But coming into finals, they're probably the games you want to play. You get that tough, that medal about you, the physicality, and you really know where you're at coming into finals.
Yeah, I think the men's group is going to be really excited to play Gold Coast next week. Like, as you said, they've come to life here in the second half of the season when they've got some troops back, and they're really talented, but they're only probably missing Elijah Kamu, who was the QSL MVP last season. He's the only guy missing from that roster, and they went on to win the championship. So, yeah, definitely a dangerous team at the pointy end of the season, the Gold Coast Rollers.
Satan gets the offensive bucket. This one pitters out. Wizards looking to make something happening. Not much happening though. This man's the only one that seems to have it going on, but doesn't as this one. And Dylan
Fry, offensive rebound.
Offensive rebound once again and elevates. Good athleticism shown there by the... Don't know whether that's come from his old man Ricky. Garrick playing the numbers game. Keeps to fire away, shooters shoot, that mentality. And Garrick is definitely utilising that, trying to get something going on for next week as Angolo puts up. It's all gone a little flat here for the Wizards. Shots aren't dropping for both teams. A little stagnant the last couple of minutes. As this one probably fizzles out. It's a bit scrappy, so probably not the plays you're looking to get from your team to close out a game, but Will Mitchell gets himself on the score sheet.
Yeah, massive to stay with the play there by Mitch Davis. Limited minutes tonight, but stays active and finishes off nicely.
There's a luxury that Sean Connolly has there. You know, most teams have one big, maybe 2 that they can rotate through, but he's really got a pretty good selection there. You see Mitchell, Mitch Davis, Seth Ham, Paddy Roach, Sam Goo, all can play that sort of 4 or 5 position. Probably a little bit of a delicacy there for Sean.
Yeah, massive lineup, the Mountaineers boys, and good to see, you know, a lot of them being active tonight. Like, great for Mitch to come in and do that, but Will, you know, in particular, active in the low post and some really good finishes around the rim as Mitch is unlucky off a great feed there by Webb.
So 14 to play. Wizards keeping playing that up-tempo basketball we've seen them bring to the court all night.
They've had energy here right to the death, but just lacking that poised, controlled finisher to really organise them. And, you know, they're probably missing that in a few of their outs today, like Mitch Stanton, I can think of in particular, was pretty good last time against Toowoomba, and he was with the NBL1 group in Darwin last night. Fizzles out here.
Yeah, and that'll do. See, game time expires. The Mountaineers, similar to last week, they've been able to erase a neck-and-neck tussle, stretch it out for a double-figure win. They'll go home victorious. That'll put them at top of the table, equal with the Brisbane Capitals with this 10-point victory here over the Northside Wizards. Jeez, getting tongue-tied up here. But a gallant effort from the Wizards. Driving in, I thought half the bus must have got off down the range or something, or stopped down at the Sundowner on the way. But I thought this could be a blowout. But credit to the Wizards team. They've come up. Mick Scott really fired the troops up. They give the Mountaineers really a neck-and-neck tussle. It was an arm wrestle there for the first 3 quarters and only able to be stretched out to a 10-point victory sort of midway through the 4th quarter there. So a win for Coach Connolly and the team. I don't think he'd be super excited about how it got there, but nevertheless, when you can win ugly, sometimes that's just as good as being able to go out there and perform at your best as well.
Yeah, I said it before, and we kind of feel the same thing in the women's program, you know. A little bit frustrating in the way these guys have started, but they must be proud that they continue to find a way to win on the back end of it, and different guys step up and contribute for them. Like Weber had a massive night tonight, same with Will Mitchell, but you know, I guess we're going to see the test come to fruition next week when they match up against the Gold Coast, and that's a great primer for them heading into the semi-finals.
Yes, I believe that will put. I want to just try and work out a few numbers here. This will rack the brain, and the brain doesn't have much in it, so you might have to hold for it. That'll get them to 10 wins. So, look, unlikely that they can be put out of a home semi-final. I think that secures them a home semi-final now. That'll give them 10 wins. I don't think, well, Rep, you said, got beat last night.
Yeah, they lost to the Gold Coast.
They lost to the Gold Coast. It puts on 6. So that'll really secure a home semi-final, I think, for both men and women. So 2 weeks' time, I tell you, that's going to be a monster night out here. Saturday night, I think I heard, Johnny, that will be. Not next weekend, but the weekend after. And it'll be a popular time out here. We might just go over to Johnny Gouldson and Coach Connolly for the game presentations. We'll come back, wrap up after this one.
No announcement till you toe the line. Everyone. Righto, Sean. Who gets the sports club voucher? Hold on. Let's have your comment. What happened in the first half?
We couldn't catch a ball. We couldn't shoot a ball. Couldn't stay in front of anyone, but we sorted it out. It was okay.
Righto. Well done. We'd like a win anyway, don't we? Bob, get out here, Bob Carroll. Sorry, Bob. I should have had you here before. Out. Okay, who's the winner of the Centre Sports Club voucher? Will Mitchell. Okay, Will, did it feel good?
It always feels good, Johnny, getting the win at home.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hands put out for Phil. Okay, who's the event sentiments?
Cam Webber.
Cam Weber. Yeah. Okay, he played well. I think he scored something like 40 points. Is that right? Cam, what's it like being treated like a star? Of course, I know Dad flies you up for the games from Sydney, pays for everything, board and lodging when you get here. Is that right?
He's paid for a lot, but he ain't paying for my flights. I can reassure you that.
Well, Lindsay, what's wrong with you? Yeah, mate, we need him every game. Anyway, we'll see you at the semi-final.
Yeah, sure will.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hands together for Cam Weber and the team. Commiserations to Northside. Well done, boys. There's no shame in losing that game. Okay,
yeah, well, there we have it. The MVP votes went to Cam Weber there, and who got the second one?
Will Mitchell.
Willie Mitchell for his input there back into the half. So we'll run through the stat sheet. I think we've got Coach Sean Connolly coming over to join us for a quick chat. But through the stats sheet for the home team, Cam Weber led from the front, 28 points, massive effort. He's able to really get in amongst everything, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. So the skipper travelling back from Sydney didn't come back just through the mama's home cooking either. So he was able to get in there and get himself a feast on the court with 28 points.
He did some home cooking tonight.
He did. He's
pretty happy with his
delicious treats.
Yeah, we'll catch that. Willie Mitchell got the snuck themselves into a movie.
And save 10%
celebrate there, 16 points for the opposition. Jason Angolo, look, in that gallant performance, 26 points for the visitors. We're joined by Coach Connolly and Cam Weber, the travelled veteran. Cam Weber, it was Coach Connolly. How did you make of that performance?
It was messy, but we sort of dug deep, and we've been doing what we've been doing all season. That's just grinding it out. We're definitely a second half team. It's like we need the first half to warm up basically, and then get our containment right.
Yeah, tried a few things early. Saw Sam Moore come in for the start for Cooper Sparksman. Was that just trying to get a little bit more energy going on?
No, Cooper's been sick this week, so that's why he was
Unlock
playing
your
off the bench
sense of
today.
adventure at the
Full
Queensland
rack
Outdoor Adventure
of
Expo.
troops back, so
From the
moving into the
28th to 30th
finals.
of July,
Obviously, Gold Coast
get to
next
the
week's
Toowoomba
going to be a massive
Showgrounds for the
task.
ultimate
Today's win, I think,
showcasing
secures you a
quality
home semi.
caravans, camper trailers,
My
4x4
understanding is
vehicles,
yes,
fishing
it
gear,
does. Yeah.
If
outdoor
my maths
accessories,
is good,
and
which it's
more.
not,
Be
then I think
entertained
it
with
does. So
daily
we should have
shows
a
and
double header
indulge
in a couple of
delicious
weeks'
treats.
time.
I believe so.
Pre-purchase your
Congratulations
tickets
on that.
online
But
at
like, obviously that
adventureexpo.com.au
is all good.
and
You're happy to
save
do that.
10% off.
Tick a
The
box
Queensland
off the
Outdoor
goals, but there's
Adventure
plenty more to play
Expo.
for in the
Don't
season.
miss out.
Massive game next week against Gold Coast. Down
Unlock
there.
your sense of adventure.
Yeah, look,
at
it's
the
a game we've been
Queensland
looking
Outdoor
forward
Adventure
to.
Expo.
They've
From
shown in the
28th
last
to
half
30th
of the
July,
season.
Get to the Toowoomba
They've shown in the last
Showgrounds for the
half of the
ultimate
season so far that they're definitely a team to beat right now. They've come from second last into third. So we know that we need to be on our best basketball next week to take them on. This week was disruptive for us. We're going to have 6 training. We had guys away in Adelaide and sickness through the group. So it showed for us, I think, not being around the group all week. But, I think we'll be highly prepared for next week's game.
Again, we heard you got the MVP votes over there, but pretty big effort for you just to get here. Obviously, took the job opportunity, the career opportunity down in Sydney, but instead of just calling it quits for the season, you're prepared to make that mammoth effort of travelling back and forth. I've heard of players travel back and forth from Brisbane or the coast to play games, but to come from Sydney for the last couple of weeks of the season, big effort, but that just shows what, I suppose, this program, what this team, what this season means to you as well.
Yeah, obviously, possibly my last season, or definitely my last season here in Toowoomba. The age and then obviously moving away, I wanted to make sure that I got as many games as I possibly could. I want to make sure that we win a premiership here. Obviously, we got so close in 2015 with the semi up in Mackay and stuff like that, and how good that was. So I just kind of want to have that same experience. And obviously, this year Toowoomba's on a roll. The girls are doing fantastic. We're rolling as well at the moment. A couple of wins now on the trot. And then, leading into Gold Coast next week, we can get one up on them. Heading into the finals, we're going to be looking good.
And how good is it to have him sort of come back to play, Sean? It was great opportunities, no doubt, when he was away for those couple of weeks. Guys got more time, more responsibility to be shouldered. But to then have call it the luxury of slotting someone with the experience, the understanding of the game of Cam back into the team must feel good as a coach to be able to do that.
Yeah, it is. It makes my job easy. His leadership is next level, and the fact that he's almost an assistant coach on the floor. We got young guards, so they've obviously learned a lot while Cam's been away, and since he's been back, he's able to talk to them and help them and coach them through it, which, frees up those other guys to concentrate on their game, and it's something that he brings and he's learned over that time. For us, it's priceless. Him coming back just lifts our team to another level.
So it was a season that I suppose has been a bit injury ravaged, a bit chop and change. We've seen the roster out on there. 2 weeks or 1 week to go, then week into finals, so 2 weeks to finals. How's the fitness looking for everybody?
We're looking good. I think everyone will be healthy for next week. Jake, I know he took a fall in that, a bit of a silly foul that frustration from this end, but he's pulled up okay. He'll be fine. It's just Noah at the moment. He's on crutches. He hurt himself today playing with his niece, so he may have a fracture in his foot. We're not sure. We're getting x-rays tomorrow, but other than that, everyone's fit and healthy, and over the next few weeks we'll definitely be stepping it up.
Your niece crossed him up or something out the backyard,
something
no doubt?
like that, I think. He said he tripped on a paver or slipped on a paver, I don't know. Hopefully she's going to be a great baller.
Yeah. So both coaches, I guess, the programs you've put in place over the last couple of years, and Sean taking on this year, but you, Coxie, to be able to now have a home semi-final, both the men and the women, the support's been pretty awesome. That comes out here on a Sunday afternoon. It's only going to get bigger and better for 2 weeks' time. I guess this will be promoted fairly heavily. But what's that mean to sort of take a program which was, not struggling, but it was just probably treading water there for a while, and now put it back up into the pointy end of the ladder and be able to get those home finals and I guess reward a lot of people for the effort that's gone into both the programs?
Yeah, I think for me, we've found a group that really enjoys each other's company. They've worked hard. A lot of these junior players, I've been pushing them over the past 2 or 3 seasons to really develop and elevate their game, and they were fantastic today. And we've put the right pieces for us to be successful on the court around that, but it really starts in what we speak about, we actually put into fruition. Like, we talk about
unlock your sense
kind of like
of
the Maroons
adventure
thing
at
this
the
week that
Queensland
came out,
Outdoor
like the
Adventure Expo.
I am because we
From
are.
the
We
28th
talk
to
a little
30th
bit
of
about
July, get to the
team
Toowoomba
first, and we've
Showgrounds
been
for the
about that
ultimate
all season.
showcase in
You
quality
see that on our
caravans,
bench, like
camper
everyone's getting
trailers,
up cheering.
4x4
People could be
vehicles,
playing more than what
fishing
they
gear,
are and
outdoor
playing really
accessories,
well,
and
but
more.
they're
Be
just happy for their
entertained with
teammates
daily
and
shows
celebrating
and
that success. And I
indulge in
think it's a really
delicious
special group
treats.
that we've put
Pre-purchase
together
your
at the
tickets
moment. So,
online at
definitely starts with the playing group in that
adventureexpo.com.au
regard,
and save 10%
but
off.
also the community,
The
like
Queensland
the work.
Outdoor Adventure Expo.
I guess
Don't
from the
miss
TML
out.
board, John Gouldson, the heart and soul of it, Harry Spencer out here, the likes of Lindsay Webber, and then everyone that's come out and supported week in, week out. The crowd has grown, and sometimes it's a little dead in here when we start our contests, but today, looking across, the stands were full, and everyone was getting in the game behind us, and we put on a fantastic performance. So, for me, it definitely starts with that playing group, but then the community feel here, and it makes my job really easy where, you just point people in the right direction and the job gets done.
Look, for me, it's, Toowoomba basketball's got a lot of history, and they've had some success, obviously, over that history. I think it's special for the people that put the work in. I think there's a great group of volunteers that run TML, and I think the work that they do is second to none. And to put on a thing like this just for QSL, I know it's our top league, but to put that on and to put the efforts into the community for them to come, and as you can see, there's lots of sponsors around the program as well that are all local, for them to get behind the club, it's great that we're able to reward them with success, and winning championships is hard. It's not an easy...
In any competition.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what level, where you are, whether you're a junior, trying to win your local under-12s, winning championships is hard. It's not an easy, it's not given to you. And I think the work that's going into the program to make that happen is starting to show. And I think over the next few years, the progression will be even better, because the thing I like about this program is we're using juniors, you're using Toowoomba locals, we're not bringing in all these players. I know we brought Jake in, that was more for me, for my settlement, so that I could settle in, having someone that knows my stuff. But the reality is, we've got all these Toowoomba juniors that are involved in our program and through our youth league as well. So I think it's going to just get better as the years go on.
Yeah, outstanding. So we might wrap that up. Winning championships isn't easy, but we've gone a step closer today with a couple of wins for both men and women, securing a home semi-final, which I think we are going to be back here on the 8th of July. So Saturday evening, stay tuned to your local guides for the times. No doubt we'll jump on the Mountaineers Facebook chase, jump on and follow it there. There'll be plenty of information, but we'd love to see you out here. There'll be no better place, no more electrifying place to be on that night than out here witnessing history as the Mountaineers have two teams into the final series of the QSL. Congratulations both of you tonight. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you again next week. Cheers. Or 2 weeks, whenever it is.
Unlock your sense of adventure at the Queensland Outdoor Adventure Expo. From the 28th to 30th of July, get to the Toowoomba Showgrounds for the ultimate showcase in quality caravans, camper trailers, 4x4 vehicles, fishing gear, outdoor accessories, and more. Be entertained with daily shows and indulge in delicious treats. Pre-purchase your tickets online at adventureexpo.com.au and save 10% off. The Queensland Outdoor Adventure Expo. Don't miss out.
Just about done, mate. Surely. There you go. That's outstanding. That much talent running around in our own backyard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the semi-pros. The semi-pros.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up